Hello, hello, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Biweekly number 3, and this is the final bracket. Yes, I know, it's a mouthful. We don't like it, but it works for now. So yes, Nexus Gaming Biweekly number 3, final bracket, where 12 teams are coming from last week and the week before to try and take home their slice of the $250 prize pool. I, if you don't know, am Carry Taz, joined today by the lovely Arain. That's the proper pronunciation, right?
Arain, E-Rain, whichever you prefer. I am completely okay with it.
Oh, well, glad that you're joining us here for some hopefully fantastic gameplay. I mean, we've had 2 of these final brackets previously, and every single time it's just been mind-blowing gameplay. Just like we saw in the October monthly Renegade Cup. I'm probably getting that order wrong. But a lot of the same teams in that monthly style $5,000 prize pool tournament are coming out here tonight in this one. If you guys aren't aware, and I can put this up on screen for you, we are hosting a Renegade Cup. This is the November monthly for North America, sponsored by Psyonix. Going to be happening across 4 weeks on Wednesdays and Thursdays. For, of course, that $5,000 prize pool sponsored by Psyonix. So thank you so much to them for that opportunity, and I'm excited to see how that all shakes out. Signups do close right before that first qualifier, though. 2 qualifiers, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. So make sure if you have a competent team of 3s, go and sign up for that. It'll be great to see how many people come out for that. But yeah, I'm excited for what we have up here tonight. We do have a couple nice matches already kind of picked out for the rest of the stream. I can run through those real quickly. The first one here tonight that you'll be seeing in just a moment is Upper 90 Esports and Atelier. Oh god, flashbacks to last season. Atelier?
Yeah.
I always call them Atelier just because on principle of not wanting to pronounce these god-awful names.
Yeah, I kind of went, like, when I first heard the name, I kind of went full lazy texting on it, and I was like, Atelier? Sure, I'll just call it that.
I like it.
And Caster's like, Atelier, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cooler. I guess I'll listen to whatever they say up there at the high end of the Rocket League casting zone.
It took them a couple weeks to get it right, too. Like, they had to get corrected by those players. This is not the same roster. It's stealing the name. Tonight we're going to be seeing Soul Flares, Matt, and Prime Thunder. Prime Thunder is subbing in for Joro Lelin, who I hope you guys are fully familiar with. Up against them is Upper 90 Esports, which is Democat, Waxy, and Slushy. So interested to see how those all shake out. They did have to work their way here from last week, so must have some weight behind it.
Yeah, I've personally played against all of these players, and they've all beaten me at some point because they're all really good. I mean, we should have some good gameplay coming up. These are all, your kind of RLRS, sub-RLRS tier teams that we're going to see competing. So we should have no lack of quality gameplay as we see any of the teams in this bracket in the stream upcoming play. So that's super exciting. It's always good to get some good Rocket League, and it'll be exciting to see what kind of quality they bring to the table today.
Yeah, no, I'm not concerned about the quality coming through today. We have had a couple upsets, though, where those top teams in the qualifiers just lose 3-2 in these tight matches when they're trying to qualify, just because the competition is so tight. I had to sub in for RBG Esports last week, last bi-weekly. And yeah, just by the second round, it was crazy the speed and accuracy that these guys were able to get to. And then we went to the lower bracket, and our first lower bracket match was difficult. I mean, this is for me. I'm no professional, but throughout the bi-weekly, we see these really talented players. And yeah, so if you make it here to the final bracket of this third bi-weekly, you've got some Rocket League skills behind you. And it'll just come down to who's on tonight. A couple subs for some of these teams might throw a wrench into things, but anything can happen.
That's true. That is very true. I know my team, we tried to qualify in and we got a little bit stopped. I don't think we were playing our best. I think it was a possibility, but at the same time, with the quality teams we have, Atelier, upper 90, I mean, it's just absolutely insane. I do think we do have our teams about to be ready, almost. Oh no, they just kind of left in. It was close.
Teams filtering in. Yeah, don't worry. As soon as we get these guys in the lobby, we will hop straight into the gameplay. That is what we're here for tonight. Should be, just going off of what we've seen in the past. About 4 hours of great quality Rocket League throughout this single elimination bracket. Best of 5s through the semis, and then grand final will be a best of 7.
Gotcha.
Yeah, plenty of things to look forward to here. We do have all but no, I think we do have all the players here in this lobby. I was expecting a 10th here, but we don't have that second caster, and seems like we're gonna be getting underway here in our first streamed matchup. The upper 90 esports versus Atelier. We'll just try to not reference their name as much as possible, and
let's go with the player names instead,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's get this underway.
All right, so we are off. Going with the kickoff, Sleepy Bears. Gonna win it out, but it'll be cleared over. Slushy getting a pop-up to Demo. Hits it down mid for Skills. That gets cleared out, though. Sleepy Bears going for a shot mid. Gets cleared by Skills, trying to take that up the wall.
Ooh.
Off the ceiling with Slows players, intercepts that. Slushy there to pop that ball right out. Sleepy Bears knock up crossbar. Soul Flares down. What a read. Is able to squeeze that goal in. And out in style, we have Atelier getting their first goal of the game.
Demo, that side flip in net as that ball is coming straight down. What a horrible position to have to be in, and a bit of a weak start. The side of upper 90 as a simple crash of the net gets them their first goal.
All right, we have a little bit of a stressful play here for the blue side, as the kickoff definitely goes in the favor of upper 90. Skills, the very tight angle drop down doesn't quite sneak it in, but they still have possession over on the side, just pounding that blue backboard, trying to set up a play. Sunflares gets a good 50, but Skills back to be able to get a shot. He isn't able to get it cleared far enough for Demo. But again, we'll see it go into the hands of Slushy. Skills passes it out mid. Sleepy Bears knocking it down over to Sunflares, trying to get it clear. Little 3-man pass play just to get it clear. Looks like they may not have the resources and able to push offense, but with the aggression that they have coming out, looks like they're able to make something happen. Demo out in the back is able to get a read. Skills with the read off of Sleepy Bears. Very great read, allows the orange team to be able to keep possession on their own half. Slushy hitting that up to the backboard, but Demo gets bumped before he can make a read on that. We see Skills just trying to keep it on the blue side so that they can make a play. They almost do. It hits off the crossbar. Skills getting the read and knocking that in, tying up this game.
Just some great infield passing just in this blue side. We keep seeing upper 90 look for each other, which has been really nice. They almost had it on their first attempt, but yeah, the bump on Demo just shut that down, but they were able to keep it going for a little bit longer, and that's that tying goal. I like to see it. I like some early game back and forth. You get these guys obviously still warming up. This is the first game of the first series of tonight, so not too surprised to see a couple mistakes coming out. A lazy shot to the far corner gets past the goalie, and yeah, Skills coming in to try to save, couldn't get there in time. Little unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes that will just happen.
Yeah, it looked a little bit odd and uncharacteristic for both of these teams, so maybe we'll just kind of see some more interesting plays go on. We have Demo getting a clear out. It's going to go straight into the hands of Sleepy Flares, getting that out into the orange side. Blue trying to make a play here. Soul Flares just keeping it on the orange side with his clear. Sleepy Flares again putting on pressure. Orange is going to have a little bit of space here. Demo tries to take possession here and push that up the field, but we have Sunflares able to get a clear over two of the orange opponents. Slushy on the wall, can't get a clear over Sleepy Flares, but we do have Demo back, able to get a little bit of a flick as well as a follow-up into the clear over here. Tries to just get a 50, try to set up some space for his teammates to be able to make a pass play. But the blue side Atelier getting some great clears, great teamwork on how they're passing between each other to get these clears across the field and just break up some of the pressure. I know.
Stuff like that, those passes straight out to the center where a player is waiting. They look like missed touches, and then you see the player waiting at that midfield line. It's like, oh wow, these guys are actually communicating and you know, making real thoughtful plays. Same with that clear last time from Atelier, where the ball was just in the air. It was one player, two player, three player, and they got it out of their zone. That's the kind of stuff that we like to see. This is the kind of stuff that we don't like to see. Again, a little bit of a mistake, this time on the opposite side, as Skills will come here to finish this one off after one of the flares isn't able to get that final touch. Last man back. Unfortunately, you really have to pay attention to your positioning, and if a ball can just sail over your head, you're not really the last man back.
Yeah. All right, we do have an evened up scoreline now, though. So no telling who's going to win. Both teams have been performing pretty well, and you've been seeing a little bit of what can look a bit like just slow play and how they're making their touches, but then you kind of realize that a lot of times they're just trying to keep touching it to where their teammates can keep making plays on the ball, which has been kind of a theme here.
A little freestyling defense, you know, those are the things you like to see.
Here we go.
Demoed twice. He was still able to rotate from his spawning position and get that save, though. That's good to see with just a minute remaining. Bit of a stressful situation here for Upper 90, but they're taking it slow, mainly just because they have no boost. But they're keeping it out and able to push it there into the blue side. Soul Flares going to have to rely on his teammates, the Flares group, apparently. Yeah, they're doing good things. I like how they're pushing slowly out of their own zones, not just wildly clearing it. A lot of intentional play here from both of these teams.
Yeah, they're both keeping control. So it's interesting to see what is going to break up and make one of these teams uncomfortable. Of course, we have a really good clear out from the orange side. Demo almost gets a shot at Soul Flares. What a save. Stills goes back to Skills, though, and Skills is able to knock the goal to put them into the lead with only 18 seconds remaining.
I think one of the big things I'm seeing here from mainly Atelier, but sometimes from Upper 90 as well, is the rotations sometimes leaves that last man chasing the ball as it goes towards their net, and they have to smack it off the back wall, and it creates some confusion and chaos, and that's not really what you like to be seeing. And here it's on the wrong side of the field. Upper 90 has them pinned in their own zone. One last man back. Yeah, now they're rotating, but...
Get that.
Oh, no way,
the last second goal.
Over the last man as well. Like, the goal was defended, but the nice pass and slight redirect gets it over Skills, who, yeah, is just running back to his own net. They thought they had it in the bag, but we might be going to overtime here. 3-3, a great first game in the first series to start off tonight.
Yeah, and that'll just go to show you the strength of these pass plays and how they can take teams off guard. You'll see both of those players on that play were just in parallel with one another, so that one can just drop the ball off for another for an open goal opportunity, and it worked out. But now we have overtime. A little bit of a double commit on the orange side with Slushy and Demo, but it seems not to have affected too much. We have a clear blue. Maybe an opportunity, but Demo is able to get a read off of the ceiling and a clear over. Pass to Sunflares. Results, no goal. Slushy has an opportunity here, but that will get cleared back into the orange half. Skills in the goal, getting a great read. Not dropping off any easy goals here for Atelier. Soul Flares trying to get a clear out, but Skills with the pressure. This is going to set up an opportunity here for Slushy. Oh, and Skills doesn't quite get the touch that he wants. Sleepy Fares trying to get something going here, but it just won't quite happen. Slushy putting that back mid for his teammates. No shot to be heard of. Soul Flares shooting that into the air. That'll go back to Slushy for a clear. A little bit of pressure coming out here from the blue side. Demo just trying to get that out of there. It will not happen. Sleepy Fares off the backboard. They might have the angle, and they do. A Another one of those small passing plays there will clear the way for them to be able to close out game 1.
Yeah, I think a misread on that back wall too from one player on the orange goal line went up, just was flailing to try and tip that ball away, and a bit of chaos there gives Atelier their first game in this series. Honestly, great start for this series. The fact that these were so close, leading through this entire first game. I'm excited to see, what we see in the rest of this series. Are these players going to start to figure each other out? Is Atelier going to start to pull away, or are we going to keep seeing this throughout this entire first series? Only a best of 5, so not too much more gameplay if Atelier can pull ahead. But some good stuff to start this one off.
Oh yeah, both teams definitely played well. I feel like there was a bit of miscommunication from both sides. We saw a lot of double commits, a little bit of spacing that wasn't ideal. So hopefully they can get their communication in check to make sure that everybody is going for what they need to, and maybe see some more aggression out of these teams. And then we'll kind of go from there. But we do have game 2 coming up here with Atelier and Upper 90. Go for the kickoff here and get a start to game 2. Kickoff will go in a favor of Upper 90, but we'll see Atelier grab possession off of this kickoff. Gets a flick up. Is that going to be a goal? No, it won't. Skills is there to pop it out. Soul Flares, though, trying to get a pass over to his teammate, but Skills again getting a great clear. Just trying to buy space to make a play for the orange side. Soul Flares, though, taking a clear over. Taking it out mid, doesn't have a teammate there to be able to take a shot. Slushy trying to take that up the wall. Soul Flares is there to counter. Sleepy Fares up in the air, doesn't have a shot, but you'll see Sun Flares just trying to roll it over. So no action yet.
I think coming out there, we were able to see Sleepy was just kind of chasing that ball as it went back onto his side. He had a last man back, but kind of stole it away from him, maybe tried to touch it towards him. But the panicked defense might be something that Atelier should look at, as well as the double commits from both sides. But, sometimes you just got to throw bodies at the ball and get it away.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like they kind of have a little bit of impatient play. Just how they're going, and right there we'll just kind of see we'll see him go into the air here for Sleepy, but doesn't quite get their
a last man dedicated back into that net, and even if it was, he didn't really have the boost to be able to be that last man back. So the rotation's a little sloppy. I think it's working out for both these guys because there are just so many mistakes from these players, but really want to see some crisper passing plays like we did in that first couple minutes of game number 1. But it does seem like they're pushing the ball into some good positions, throwing it off the corner, just trying to get some nice touches and opportunities for shots. But I don't know, right now it's not really convincing from either team. There's just been those couple mistakes that have led to pretty meaningful goals.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too characteristics from either of the teams, just the mistakes we're seeing. Some of the whiffs we're seeing from aerials. I mean, they're going to need to clean that up if they want to create kind of a reliable offense and defense and reliable rotation for them to be able to work with. But we'll just have to see as the game progresses if they can adjust any of these errors. We'll see Slushy, though, trying to get a pass out, but being intercepted by the blue side. Sunflares, with a little bit of a double touch, doesn't quite get an angle or a pass angle. So we're going to see Upper 90 look to just try to break out of their own half, find any opportunity that they have to make some movement on the blue side. Skills gets a 50, isn't a goal, but still leaves it on the blue side. Great clear from Soul Flares, getting a shot. Skills rushing in. What a great save to be able to keep their lead here in game 2. Skills, little pop over to himself, shoots it up there for demo. Soul Flares there to challenge. Slushy back, Gets it over to the blue side. Sunflares with a great clear, pinching it off the back wall there. Over to Soulflares. What a pass play. And that'll equalize this game.
Great touch by Soulflares, coming up on this wall, jumping off, and getting a nice touchdown. Ball was not in by my first perspective. Skills might have been able to play that a bit differently, but when that ball is flying at your net that quickly, you don't really have a plethora of options, and that's a great way to get that equalizing goal. Set, less than 2 minutes remaining. We're starting to get into some important territory. Atelier gets this second game under their belt. Just one more that they need in the entire best of 5 to move on against our #1 seed. I believe Let's Get It. That's neither here nor there, and we'll continue in this game. See who's going to be able to pull themselves together. There's been some great potential for these players. Stuff like that. Some players nearly getting a redirect straight down in front of the net, but Orange just too set up on defense right now. Demo, plenty of boost to be able to get this one out. But still pinned in by Atelier. Great pass from Sleepy, but the defensive rotation is holding for now.
Right. See Blue again trying to make some of their signature pass plays, but Upper 90 doing a great job of just getting in their face every time to intercept any option that they have available to them. Soulflares, again you'll see Demo. It's immediately going up there and taking the ball away from his hands so that they just don't have options or control over the situation. See Slushy getting a bump out there in the backfield, but Soulflares is able to clear it out. Soulflares hits it wide. Soulflares gives a little bit of a pop. Slushy is there to counter. And the aggression here coming out from Upper 90. Just slamming, putting bodies into the ball at every turn, not letting Atelier have any options on offense. But their defense is held up, and it's going to take a goal to win a game here, especially as we go here into overtime. Next goal will decide it. Atelier or Upper 90. It's down to the wire.
We've had one overtime, but what about second overtime? And for the second game of the tournament, this is shaping up to be a pretty good one. This could be a pretty nice first matchup. Good selection by the guys behind the scenes, but nothing really materializing right now for either side. This ball is kind of just floating in that midsection. That was kind of a shot, nearly a mistake that cost Atelier the game, but no one was really there to capitalize.
We have a clear coming out from Soulflares, not going to create enough space. They need to create a goal. Sleepy Flares. Honestly, the fact that all three of their names have flares at the end has been really tripping up saying their names.
You should just shorten it. You take the flares off, you call them Sleepy, Sun, and Soul.
Sleepy, that is smart. Work smarter, not harder, right? Oh, Demo trying to squeeze it in there, but Sleepy shooting a pop out there. Slushy trying to get the ball in his heads. That will be immediately countered from Soul. Oh, we have some space here. Atelier just trying to get the ball away from Upper 90. Skills. Tries to hit that mid. That'll get cleared out by Sleepy. And we have a bump onto Demo. Slushy, he's back, but will that be enough? Sunflares with the flick. Over to Soulflares. What a pass play. Closing out game 2 for Atelier.
This second touch from Sun, that one to get it over that last defender, just so great. He saved his flip, I think, to get that extra little bump to shoot it off the crossbar and get it over to his teammate. Just a wonderful, wonderful way to clean up game number 2 and send them a bit closer to the rest of the bracket. This is, as we've said before, a single elimination tournament, so just that upper bracket, and if you lose, you are just out.
That puts upper 90 on the wire. We have Atelier up 2 games, so we're gonna have to see either a reverse sweep for upper 90, or it'll be Atelier moving on. A little bit of a unfortunate situation. It's kind of unfortunate to see that, especially with 2 overtime games. both teams have definitely been playing at each other's level, but I feel like the pass plays of Atelier have really been what have kind of put themselves a bit above upper 90 and how they're able to create goals, especially in these overtime situations. Now we do have game 3 coming up. Upper 90, they're kind of on the wire here. They're going to need to post something, and they will immediately will. First goal in the first 6 seconds, game 3. They're not going out without a fight.
Yeah, that's a great way to start the first couple minutes of game number 3, where your butt is on the line. You need to get those goals and that momentum early on to hopefully facilitate a reverse sweep. Great job from Demo, and just 10 seconds in, they got their first goal.
Now maybe we'll see a bit of a more explosive play here from Upper 90, but as I say that, of course, Atelier comes back with an answer of their own. With as low scoring of these games have been, we already have 2 goals in the first 18 seconds of this game 3.
It was almost like the defense didn't have time to set up for that one. A similar shot from Sun, get that over a defender and into the upper 90 against that team. And
yeah, kind of saw Slushy. He inched forward, like, what do I do?
Yeah.
as you say that, of course, what did they do here? They get a beat here off of the kickoff, Sleepy Fairs, pass to the teammate, and again, the pass plays we've been seeing over and over again. Soul slamming that in, 125 kilometers an hour. Very quick goal, 2-1. Atelier has a lead at game point.
Yeah, and that's a great way to eliminate some momentum. You know, Demo getting that first goal, Atelier responding back in kind, getting 2 quick goals, just completely robbing them of any motivation or morale. And not a great touch from Slushy. They're starting to have trouble moving this down the field with a bit of pressure. Teams just seem to have a bit of trouble getting things started. So it's going to need to be somewhere in the next couple minutes, or we're going to start to see upper 90s start to just panic.
We're getting knocked out of the tourney. I mean, they're on game point, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Sun with the angle, another pass play. Soul taking that off the... Just getting that read over to Sunflares. I don't even know how they managed to coordinate that, but that is absolutely perfect. Upper left side of the goal.
Flip reset off that too. The way his car bounced away, I think that he could have flipped again. Not like it would have been helpful or necessary, but a great belly touch to get another one. And Sun has just been all over it on defense, or on offense, for the past couple minutes. Just the end of the last game and the start of this one. Great way to show up and potentially solidify their spot in round 2.
Oh yeah, and this kind of goes to the strength of the pass plays and how they've been able to consistently get clear to each other and create goals. It's pretty simple as a concept, but it's very, very difficult to execute if you've ever tried it in Rocket League. I remember kind of the older videos of Rocket League. You'll remember people talking about how, like, man, one day there will be teams and they'll just be able to, like, pass to each other like a real sport. And here we are. That's kind of required.
Yeah, and this isn't even like the top of the top. You know, we're going to RLCS in a couple weeks, and stuff like this is just easy for those level of teams. Although still impressive. A nice kind of sliding shot here for Slushies. He comes through and gets past 2 defenders. It's good. It's still a 1-goal game, not even halfway through. So we're not writing upper 90 out of the books just yet, but they do have a bit of work to do.
Yes. Still a goal behind, have half the game left. This has been a much higher scoring game than what we've seen from the other 2 sets. Oh, it looks like they have an opportunity here. Great job from Skills being able to pop up and preemptively read that initial shot and just keep upper 90 alive in game 3. Popping that forward, Demo tries to create some space for Slushy. Slushy gets a shot down. That'll get cleared out. Very good defense coming out from Atelier. Another pass you'll see there over to his teammate. Slushy is there for the counter. Oh man, Skills buys some space. Sun gets that out. Sleepy. They are just relentless at throwing themselves at the ball and not letting upper 90 have any opportunities to score an open goal. Oh, Demo tries to squeeze in another shot. The barrage of shots here coming out for Upper 90. Very impressive, just as impressive as Atelier's ability to be able to save this barrage of shots.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes the barrage doesn't really have the power and accuracy that you need. You know, they're keeping that pressure on, but unless they get that nice shot to a corner, they're going to keep getting shut down by Atelier. The rotations on the defensive side have been pretty pristine, and now they're going to rotate into offense, see if they can do something on the flip side. Floating ball, never a great thing to see if you're on defense.
No. Oh, just shy, hit the crossbar. Sun wasn't able to get the angle. Sleepy's back, but alone here. Soul is able to get back, take some control. He's just going to try to keep the ball in front of him and make it difficult for Upper 90 to be able to make a play on the ball and get any quick breaks. They just want this 50 seconds over with so they can move on, right? A Demo clearing up Soul Flares down to Sun. Not enough contact there. But again, they still have the lead, and they only have to hold for another 30 seconds.
Yeah, but anything can happen. Like we saw in the last two that went to overtime. Just a small mistake or a great shot from Upper 90 might be able to turn this around. Right now, it's not looking very convincing. Sun and Soul basically just messing around to keep this ball on the orange side of the field. These guys need to put together a plan to get downfield. They're not great on boost either. So 10 seconds means that they need this right here. Slushy shut down, and Skills needs some to try and make this happen. Not going to, and that's Atelier, a 3-0 sweep in the first round of this tournament. But don't let that tell the whole story. That was a great effort by Upper 90. 2 overtimes, and each game only having that 1 goal decider. So still, great stuff from either side. Glad to see these guys come out and move on into the next stage of the tournament. They, unfortunately, have a bit of a hard road ahead of them. Being that first streamed match, they are going up against Let's Get It, the #1 seed in this tournament. It'll be First Killer, Chrome, and Vince. I don't know if you recognize those names, but those guys are, I don't want to say annoying to play against, but their playstyle is pretty different and much quicker than you would expect from a lot of these other teams in the tournament. So that's what Atelier has to look forward to. But what you guys have to look forward to is another streamed match. Some updates in the brackets. Peeps beating Young Money Militia in a 3-0 sweep. Kind of rough too. 5-2 in game 1, 3-0 for the last 2 games. And the Peeps are moving on. And that's Arsenal, Explosive Gyro, and Ajax with Reddles as the sub. We'll be seeing them go up against the Bruggers. Let's look up that roster real quick. Corrupt, Gino, and Nap with a sub of Taroko. That, you know, if you've been around the Nexus circuit for a little while, you'll recognize those names, and I'm, again, excited for this quarterfinal matchup. We might be having even 2 quarterfinal matchups if you guys are lucky, but we'll get back to that, I suppose. Arain, I don't want to say predictions because, you know, we haven't even seen these guys play yet. But Corrupt, Gino, and Nap, with that kind of a stacked roster, we know the Peeps and what they're capable of, but what are your thoughts?
It's hard to say. I mean, we have so many good teams here. I think seeding is relatively accurate in how we have everybody placed. But at the same time, all the players, there are a lot of teams we have that are just so stacked, incredibly good players, such as, you know, Gino, such as First Killer. You know, shout out to him, slaying most of the community tournaments I've ever seen. So, you know, all really good players, and there's really going to be no telling who is going to come out on top until we run through these games. I can't predict.
Yeah, and I'm just excited to see, you know, Gino is such an interesting player to watch, being a Batmobile player and a keyboard and mouse player, right? Those are rare, and the combination of the two is just funny to me. And the fact that he's still been able to keep up at this really, really high level gets me really excited to hop into this this second round matchup. This is the quarterfinals. We will be seeing this on Neo Tokyo, or yeah, no, they renamed the old one to whatever, doesn't matter. Neo Tokyo, and some great players going to be joining the pitch here. What do you expect out of this, beginning part of the series? Is it going to be quicker than we saw last time? Are we stepping up that much further between round to round?
Yeah, we are definitely stepping up in this round. I mean, between Arsenal and Taroko, just those two, I know, will force a much faster game. May have had a little bit of technical difficulty, or we had people join in before everybody had hit the pitch, so we're gonna have to recreate real quick. But I know that Arsenal, Gyro, they're going to be playing incredibly fast, making pass plays much faster than we saw in the last set. We're going to be seeing that same thing from Gino. We're going to see much faster play, much more aggression, much more control, especially in these 1v1 situations, with just how good these players are. And it should be a treat to watch, especially Arsenal. That dude's nuts. And Taroko. That dude's really nuts too.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's actually going to be playing here. I think I did see Taroko instead of... who did they sub out? They might have subbed out Gino.
Yeah.
We'd have to confirm that when we get back into that new lobby. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what these guys have to bring. And a bit of a strange pairing in the Bruggers. There's Corrupt and Taroko, who I'm familiar with together, but the Gino and Nap combo is interesting. So
yeah, looks like they have Corrupt, Nap, and Taroko today.
Okay.
So
that does look like it's correct. Now that we get into this brand new lobby on a map that the players don't complain about. Oh man, classic.
Oh, they didn't want to play in the Neo Tokyo?
No, apparently not.
It has a score counter.
I know, and it's got an in-game announcer so that we don't have to talk as much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that is my free play map of choice, because if you're there for like 4 hours in free play, it counts your goals, and then you realized how much time you just spent hitting the ball. Huh.
All right. We are getting into series number 2 of this bi-weekly final bracket, and we're about to get underway. As soon as these players are ready, we will bring you gameplay. Some strange issues behind the scenes, but not to worry. Just blame Corrupt in chat if you need someone to yell at. But other than that, some bracket updates. DevC Brains losing 3-0 to RBG Esports. If you're not familiar with the team DevC Brains, not surprised. It's a weird one. Asfura, Austin, and Spuda versus RBG Esports, the Car, Noxes, and Thunder. Had the pleasure of playing with them last week. They are on another level. Not surprised to see them moving into the second round, the quarterfinals. We probably will be seeing them later, but they have Afterthought to contend with. But it does seem like we have players hopping onto the pitch. Going to be bringing you series number 2 of the Nexus Gaming bi-weekly number 3. Arain, she's all yours.
Alrighty. We're going to see Arsenal already trying to make a carry to force out a 50. Gyro getting up to the wall, beating out Corrupt over to Ajax. Immediately goes over to the goal, but Taroko has the save, has the control. Arsenal getting a 50, breaking up the pressure. Already we can just see how quickly this game is moving compared to last. Ball is zooming. Gyro hitting the ball over to the other side. Taroko getting a clear up. Ajax immediately there to put that down for Gyro to Arsenal. Goal opportunity, and that will go in. Taroko can't make the save. Immediately we have a 1-0 lead for the Deeps. Okay. Kickoff coming here. See Ajax. Go back left here to Arsenal. Gets a pop up, but gets bumped up. Can't follow. Nap. Great clear out from the top wall. Gyro. Hitting that ball up over to Arsenal. Tries to get a clear out over to Gyro. He will. Another fantastic pass play. Just the consistency of pass plays we're seeing here from the Peeps. Just on another level. Gyro knocking that in. We have their second goal of the game.
Yeah, what a greatly placed pass too, bouncing it out of that corner. Not sure where the defense was. It seemed like a pretty easy read to clear that one away, but when they're coming in that quickly and that accurately, 2 touches to make those goals happen, man, Nap, Taroko, and Krupp might need to rethink things, as this quarterfinal match might not be as easy as their previous one.
Of course, this is the Peeps. We've already seen success with Arsenal and Gyro on a team, and Ajax, so it's not too huge of a surprise to see them be successful, but I'll be curious to see if Corrupt, Nap, and Taroko can pull more out of the hat to be able to compete here against the Peeps. But Ajax gets a pass out back to Arsenal. Does not get the angle, goes straight over to Nap. A little bit of characteristic of Gyro. Hits it mid, Ajax sneaking out the angle to Gyro. Kind of double touches it there into the corner. Pass play will not happen. Arsenal, patient in the back, making sure that he can alleviate any pressure that the Bruggers could build. That gets cleared out. That's almost in. Ajax tries to slam it down, but can't quite get the angle. That's a pass over to Gyro. Again, they're just falling short of these angles here. Hitting crossbar, hitting the side of the post, not quite nailing the shots in. Arsenal looks like he went for a flip reset, didn't quite get it, but even then, still is able to nail that 50 over to the crossbar of the Bruggers.
It's kind of interesting to see some of these plays devolve into just scrums in front of the net where every player is involved and something pops out and goes in. This one never got to that point, but Gyro just getting a great touch, and again, the pass Arsenal to Gyro. This is the third one we've seen, and that is just crazy that they're able to pull these accurate passing plays off in traffic and get it past those defenders from Bruggers. This isn't looking like a great first game for them, and they'll need something like this. The bump leading into the goal, great one from Nap to get their first one.
Yeah, they got a double committed in there. And on the way out, he's able to bump Arsenal out. No save happening there. And then we see a goal. And it looks like kind of the combo we're going to see here from the Peeps is that Gyro-Arsenal combo. They're very familiar with passing to each other, and they're incredibly good and incredibly efficient at it. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of insane goals they can score, including after already what they've already done through the remainder of this game. But the Bruggers, as we speak, coming up with an answer of their own, just some aggressive play, getting in the face of the Peeps and not giving them an opportunity to come out with the game immediately. 2-3 in favor of the Peeps.
Yeah, Nap, just a solid shot, just right to the crossbar. Can't ask for much more than that. Not exactly sure why the Peeps kind of allowed that to happen. Seems like Nap's taking this one under his own control. Ajax needed to rotate through to get that save. Kind of a weird position to see Peeps in 3 goals and then immediately turn around and we're seeing them nearly tied. You see a great passing play. Ajax to Arsenal, nearly able to make that happen, but the defense was able to rotate back to clear that one away.
Oh man, just the consistency of pass plays that we see from the Peeps, it's absolutely insane. I'm curious to see if we'll see some more of that coming out from the side of the Bruggers. I know they're good enough for it, but we've been seeing more in the line of solo plays with each individual player, more so than kind of what we're seeing with the Peeps. So playing more as a unit, passing to one another constantly. Taroko up, has an angle at the goal. Arsenal still back, 0 boost, but is able to get the save. Now pops that over our Arsenal. The Ajax is there again to pass it to Arsenal. Trying to find an angle here, an opportunity to just keep Slamming pass plays are the way to the peeps, but the Bruggers not letting that happen. Only 30 seconds left here to make something happen. We're going to have to see an answer coming out from the Bruggers. One more goal, or we're going to see them fall and lose here in game 1.
Oh, they want it. Taroko was committed to that shot, and there was one man running interference on the goal line. They had tried to commit a lot to that last play, but now they have to reset with 9 seconds remaining. They're here now on the other end of the field. Taroko, though, opening things up. Nap and him are there, but that'll hit the ground before it hits the back of the net. Kind of an unfortunate way to finish things. If they had, 4 more seconds, might have changed things up a little bit, but that will be game number 1 in our first quarterfinal tonight, and I like it. I like it a lot. Great start from the peeps and great response from the Bruggers. That's what we love to see from these guys, and we'll be hopping into game number 2 now and seeing what they have to offer for the rest of the series. It might be a warming up and getting familiar with each other phase, and this might be a much different game.
Oh yeah, and I know kind of on an individual level, the skill level of all the players are pretty kind of around each other's level, but what really is setting the peeps apart and why they're able to take game 1 is just their ability to pass to each other. Arsenal and Gyro, keep an eye out for these two. They're going to do some insane things, just about guaranteed. They always tend to, so I'll be keeping my eye out here as we go into game 2 to see what they're capable of and see what we'll see from the Bruggers, how they're going to answer following their game 1 defeat. It's not over yet, though, in this best of 5. We'll see what happens. Nap clears out. But Arsenal there to clear it. Again, over to Gyro to clear out some space for Arsenal. That'll go back to Gyro. He's hitting that out mid to Ajax. He's able to get a 50, so that'll clear a bit of space here for Arsenal to take control of the ball and try to make a play. Corrupt there to counter. Gyro misses his aerial. And with that, we're going to see that immediately for the Bruggers and create potentially an opportunity for them to make a play. Nap doesn't quite get an angle into the goal. Tries to take that up into the corner. Ajax getting a pinch out. Not quite able to make it happen. Taroko knocks it up, tries to get to Naps, but Ajax, great counter. Corrupt back on the blue side to push that over into the orange side of the pitch. And it's just clear after clear. Blue hitting it to orange, orange hitting it straight back. And finally we kind of see it stand still, and the cycle kind of repeats. Ajax.
Nap, I like what I'm seeing from him. He's taken a lot of work, more solo plays than anything, but they open up opportunities almost like that for the rest of his team. He is subbing in for Gino, so it might not be the typical thing that these guys expect from each other, but it's working out, and if he can continue to step up on the offensive side, I like their chances in the rest of the series.
Looks like Arsenal may have tried to pass it to Ajax there in kind of a weird way. Didn't quite work out, almost got the angle, but that was saved. So close here. We're running on halfway through the game with no goals so far. It's just been a very, very solid job from both teams on defense to be able to keep clears out of their own half. What we haven't seen are any real offensive plays. Only seen 4 shots in 2.5 minutes straight game.
Oh boy!
Pyro.
Oh, come on. I love it. I love it. Just the attempt makes me feel happy inside. Not like it was actually going to go through. The telegraphing was just a bit too much, but great stuff from Gyro, mini squishy muffins. And if we can see more of that, I will be a happy man tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Gyro was capable of a lot. So we'll just kind of have to see what ends up happening. And it'll probably take some creativity from either side in order to get a goal in. We're 3 minutes without one this game. Gyro in the back. Is he going to go for any flip reset madness? No, it's just going to get cleared off of him, and Corrupt gets an angle. But Ajax is there. The rotations are solid. There haven't been many openings to abuse, but maybe this will be it. As we see a whiff from Gyro. Taroko has an opening that gets hit. Corrupt again. Ajax to save. Both teams just so solid, not letting anything get through. When will we see a goal? Who knows? Taroko hitting that up to the backboard again. Arsenal already there to clear it. You know these teams are there. Ajax hits to the side to Arsenal. They're making it a 3-man pass play, and that's what I'm talking about there. Arsenal to Gyro. That was a 3-man though. Beautiful, beautiful pass play to secure them the initial lead almost 4 minutes into game 2.
And this is what we saw in game number 1, the same sort of passing play. Arsenal to Gyro to the goal. This time is for helping out a little bit with the clear side of things, but that's a great way to get that first goal. They did it 3 times in game number 1, this time being limited a bit by what the Bruggers are allowing them to do. Still, though, able to find an opportunity and make that happen. 1 minute, as Psyonix tells us, and that's the warning sign for Bruggers. They need to make something happen, and it can't be these solo plays. Corrupt there, Nap previously. Gotta have these passing plays, but it's got to be after some pressure so that we have some more openings. And with 40 seconds, that's a tall order to try and make happen. But we're going to see them attempt it anyway.
Oh, yeah. 30 seconds left. Taroko getting a good angle. Is able to create some pressure here on the orange side. Maybe this will be what they need, and it is. Taroko's there, gets the angle.
Just a fantastic ceiling shot, right? Bounces off that back wall, and sorry, not ceiling shot, ceiling.
Read. Ceiling read.
Yeah,
there you
just
go.
a great way to get that responsive goal. And with 20 seconds, we might be seeing yet another overtime, and I am not surprised.
Only 10 seconds left for the buzzer. Who knows? Maybe the Peeps will make a play here. They have it on their side. They have it up. Ajax gets it down. Gyro's there. Taroko, what a read. Getting the save. Putting this into overtime, assuming they don't keep it in the air long enough to score. And they don't. Okay. So we're in overtime. 1 goal decides who takes game 2. Will it be the Bruggers? Will it be the Peeps? Time will tell. Corrupt, though.
Maybe not much time.
Powerful shot. Oh, Nap. Almost gets a double touch there. It's a little bit stressful here on the side of the Peeps. They're a little bit low on boost. They're just trying to get clears out, but the Bruggers are doing a great job of keeping the pressure on their side. Taroko again passing it out mid, making it difficult for them to have opportunities to clear, but they will get that cleared out. Gyro isn't able to get the angle on that pass, but Arsenal has a bit of possession here. Sending it over to Ajax, gets an angle. Nap, great save. Popping it off that crossbar over to Corrupt. Gyro hits that up mid. Tries to get a bit of an angle, just keeping the pressure, keeping it on their side. Trying to run them out of boost. Try to find the mistakes that they can abuse and capitalize. Wide angle doesn't result in the goal. Corrupt putting that back in, but Gyro has the clear. Corrupt again with a hit over. Arsenal will take control with Taroko back to counter. They're just pounding this ball again and again over to the Peep side.
Ooh.
They're gonna have to get a clear and start making some plays and clear some space for them to have boost.
Might be doing so here. Ajax into the corner, trying to just bring it around for someone, but I don't think his teammates were very convinced in that attempt. They might be using this opportunity and some time to grab some boost. Might be building up something here. A lot of blue players kind of huddled up there. One was even in the air. They were able to move it into the orange side and might be making plays. Nap wasn't able to get that one. A whifty there. And yeah, this overtime just I feel like there are opportunities that have come through, but some solid last minute defense has saved this one and put us at the 2-minute mark.
Wait, did you just say whifty?
Yes, that is a trademarked item from Yeah, That's Steve. It's when both players go up and they both miss it because they think that they're going to be blocking the other person. Whifty.
Okay. I haven't heard that one. I love it. I'm gonna steal that one. It's too good. Alrighty. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds into overtime. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a full game extra gameplay. Just waiting on one team to score. Or maybe Corrupt will get it down right there. He will. The series is evened up. 1-1 Peeps versus the Brothers.
Man, what do you do there as Gyro? You can't jump quick enough to get the save as it's going off that crossbar. But you can't just sit there and let it bounce onto you and into the net. Just a terrible situation. And we will find ourselves going to game 3, and this basically turning into a best of 3. And I'm a fan. This is really not turned around, but the Bruggers definitely stepped up after getting scored on 3 times in a row in game 1.
Yeah, 14 shots from the Bruggers that game. They were destroying that goal line. They were not letting the Peeps have a chance to make the pass plays that won them the first game. And it seems to pay off. They started playing faster. They did a much cleaner job of just clearing the ball consistently into the Peeps side. And while they didn't have as many of the fancy pass plays that are incredibly useful that we can see from the Peeps side, ultimately they didn't really give a lot of opportunities for that to happen, and thus were able to take game 2. So great job from the Bruggers to equalize the series.
Right into game number 3 is we find ourselves in a kind of similar situation in the last overtime, where I think these guys are going to approach it the same way. Even though they have 5 minutes of buffer, they don't want to be giving up that first goal. This is starting to be pretty important in the scope of the series.
Oh, yeah. It's almost entrancing to just watch this gameplay. It's quality. All the hits are clean. The positioning is great. And it's hard to say who'll come out on top. It's 1-1 after all. We do have Taroko.
It is really nice to just watch from kind of a bird's eye view. Maybe that's because when the throwback, we'll get back to the game soon. Maybe here, as an attempt comes from Gyro and Arsenal, or Ajax, to put that away. But they didn't used to have director's mode or auto cam or anything. It was all manual. And so, Nap, what a great placed shot. We've seen a couple of those from him, just coming through and punishing kind of a bad clear. Taroko gives it to Nap and places it so nicely. Great fan of that shot. But we used to have to run camera work ourselves and either follow the baller on the pitch or just sit at the top of the box and watch the game bird's eye view style. I prefer that. Some people like the director's mode so you can see what the players are seeing, but I'm more old school, I guess.
I don't know. I like the player POV. It helps you get more of an idea of what's going on, kind of the minds of the players. Kind of a mix of it, I think, is good between like auto cam and director. I remember RLCS season 1, like it was just a huge quality bump in my opinion. Like season 1, when like all they had was auto cam, to actually being able to see player POV was like a huge improvement in just understanding what was making those players play well versus maybe viewers out. So
yeah, and it's stuff like the air roll that you see these players do on a very consistent basis to be able to hit the ball exactly where they want. And then you get into stuff like flip resetting, which would be impossible to see from a bird's eye view. But these guys just know how to play the game so well. And with half the game gone, we do see a nice little stint from Bruggers being able to shut down Peeps. And if they're able to keep this one going, you know how Rocket League works. If you score more, you win games. And this would be a great one for Bruggers to take out. But great pass. Got blown up after the shot, but it does not matter. Arsenal able to come out with a great pass in the corner, right just top of the 18. Perfect shot. The defense at that point just cannot do anything to stop that, and we find ourselves tied right back up.
Just love the pass plays that they're able to make happen. It's so clean, such a clean way to get a goal on. But then again, when you have people like Taroko on their side nailing shots like that, that's another way to score a goal. Ajax, though, looking to clear. They have a little little bit of a conversation in the corner there, trying to figure out who's taking the ball. But ultimately, the Peeps will have more possession here. Arsenal has a shot opportunity, isn't able to make the angle, but is able to clear some space. And the demo slash clear coming out from Corrupt will break away a lot of that pressure. And then Taroko getting that read, that dunk over for a clear, breaks up the pressure the Peeps built. But with Arsenal's quality clear, the pressure may be right back on here for the Bruggers. We'll even see Arsenal in the goal, trying to get a demo here, make it even more difficult for the Bruggers to be able to defend. Ajax gets a win over, doesn't get the angle. So Taroko has an opportunity, but Gyro just clashes in there, preventing any opportunity they have to score. Now,
man.
Or to defend, really. Ooh. These teams are fast.
Yeah, but they're not perfect. Fast and perfect. No. That's a hard combination to come by. And Gyro just going on a tear, gets one demo, but isn't able to cause any more trouble. And stem the bleeding for now as Bruggers just need to move out of their zone. But as soon as they do, Nap is there. He got thrown off of his double touch path and I think blocked that shot from Corrupt.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. What is happening?
It's not the mistakes that they want to make right now. They're trying to get a lead here, and a lead in the series against this Peep squad.
Peep squad? I like it.
The Peeps squad. Oh yeah. But now we have some open space for the blue side to work with. Again, Gyro just so quick to get back. Doesn't give them any opportunity. Trying to set up some passes, but not really able to get an angle on the goal. In 1 second, we will go here into our second overtime, assuming the ball drops. We'll see. Corrupt's going to keep it up. Nap's trying to drop it over to a teammate, but that's just going to be our second overtime of this series.
That was a good thought from Nap. If he had a teammate there, that would have been a great place for a shot, but when you have 0 seconds on the clock, everyone's boost isn't in a great place. No luck there. And again, another overtime. Could be over quicker than it started. And that was almost a great place shot. Just a bit to the left, and that would have been in the back.
We'll see Taroko getting a great flick. Trying to just get a 50 out here. That'll go to Corrupt, who may have an opportunity here. But Ajax is able to recover from kind of that small hit that Gyro has before it floated down and gave an open goal. Great job for him being where he needed to be on defense. But Corrupt now has a bit of space, has a bit of time to get a flick. Ajax, what a read.
Yeah,
to get that
I know.
high, know where the flick was going. Man.
That was a great diagonal flip from the Octane. That can get some decent height. And they turn right around, make that deny of the flick into a goal. Arsenal juking one and only one to beat. Saves have slipped to send it to the side. And gives the Peeps their second game in the series. Best of 5, close. Peeps only needs 1.
Second game in a row, we saw a 1-point game from overtime. So both teams definitely doing some quality work here.
Yeah, I mean, and we're now at the point where this is starting to get really important. We're already at the later stages of this tournament. Every one of our round 1 matches is complete. We're 20 minutes into this series, and we might be seeing these semifinals populate as soon as this next game. We'll probably be following the winner of this one in their match against either Let's Get It or Atelier that we saw earlier. And seeing where that takes us from there.
That'll be a good set to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Peeps and Let's Get It. Personally, I mean, whoever wins,
kind of the same boat.
I guess, is the better team. But that's one that I can want.
I'm in the same boat. I like the idea of just the consistency of pass plays. I feel like it's a little bit more entertaining to watch. But then again, when you have really good players such as Corrupt, Taroko, Nap, it's not going to be a free win here for the Peeps, but they are ahead in the series. So we'll see what they are capable of. Gyro Poppy, that might drop down to Gyro again for an angle. That will. That's their first goal. They already have a lead here on game point.
Yeah, 20 seconds and a simple one. I think that was a threatening run from Arsenal against Corrupt that kind of made him hesitate on jumping up for that ball. And just a great way to start for the Peeps up in the series, up in the game now. And that might give them a little bit of momentum to continue scoring these goals. We saw in game 1, they scored back-to-back-to-back great passing opportunities. So, you know, if they start to pull away, man, I am not envious of the Bruggers.
A little bit of 50-50 action here. We'll see in the corner of the Peeps goal line. Ajax is kind of flailing around, trying to find some movement in their favor. Haven't really seen that. Nap creates some space. Great job from Arsenal getting back to pop that over to Ajax if they don't get scored on. Now Corrupt trying to pop that up. Arsenal will miss. Gyro will miss, but Ajax will not, thankfully. So they don't get scored on. Kind of weird goal there. But Ajax will pop, give Arsenal an angle. Corrupt is there for the 50-50. Man, just the combative style here. Bruggers just challenging at every chance they can get to make sure that the Peeps don't have an opportunity to make a play. Nap will set that down. Corrupt trying to find an angle mid. Taroko over to Nap. Nap misses that ball. Won't allow him the space he needs. Personal, that'll go over to Corrupt, down to Nap, who gets a clear out, but Ajax, great job this series, just being back consistently, making sure that he is just keeping the ball out of their goal line to set up pass plays. That's what we've kind of seen from him this entire set.
Doing a good job shutting things down. Bruggers keep getting mainly in the Peep zone and thwarting a lot of opportunities, but that's not enough. They need to come through and score at least one goal to keep themselves alive in this tournament. 2-1 series and a best of 5 means that it's all on the Bruggers at this point. They need to make something happen in the last half of this game right here.
Oh yeah. The 1-0 lead. And an open goal that he just created there. So a 2-0 lead, 2 minutes and 17 seconds game point. It's not looking good for the Bruggers, and the Peeps is a very hard team to score on, so we'll see how they're able to bounce back from that. Hopefully we'll see something. It'd be good to see some more Rocket League, but it's looking a bit grim. This is a good team and a hard team to score against.
I didn't see that he had beaten Corrupt and then Taroko, which just completely left the net empty, and that's just a horrible thing to have to look back on as the blue team, watching that ball just roll into your net. So hopefully we don't see any more of those kind of mistakes, but that might have sealed it there. 2 minutes, 2 goals, definitely doable, but it seems like the Peeps have this under control at this point.
Pass plays again coming out from the Peeps, didn't result in a lot. Corrupt trying to find an angle over to Nap, who isn't able to get a scoring angle. Arsenal trying to trick up Taroko and drop it will not work. Nap clears it a bit high, but Corrupt missed it. Had a little bit of an opportunity there, but doesn't quite get it. Man, this is speed. We're seeing the Bruggers. They're trying to force a goal here. They don't like being behind 2 goals, 3 goals.
I don't think anyone likes being behind 3 goals, but when stuff like this is allowed to slide, maybe you do just hang your hat and be like, all right, cool, we'll try it next week then. See you guys.
Yeah.
Because that just can't feel good, and you can't see yourselves with 76 seconds and 3 goals making this happen against the Peeps. I mean, we said at the beginning of this series that we're so excited to see what Taroko, Corrupt, and Nap have to bring to the table, because obviously very talented players, but this coordination from the Peeps, these are guys that are just so familiar with each other, and the passing plays that have started their leads in every single game thus far has been the difference maker.
Oh yeah, I mean, it is incredibly apparent that all 3 of the players on the Bruggers are really, really good at Rocket League. But then when it comes to playing like a unit and just being able to rotate and pass like the Peeps does, it's a very useful tool to be able to work as a unit. And we're not seeing as much of that from the Bruggers, and it's kind of to their disadvantage, even though their individual play has been superb. And then we kind of run into this at the end of games like this, where you see the Bruggers, they're trying to rush goals so that they can get back in this, but that can create errors, and thus they're down 4. And it's, I'm going to call it. I don't know. Do you think there's going to be a comeback here, Gary?
No, sorry, friends. But it's a catch-22 at the end of these series and end of games where you're down 4. What do? You throw your entire team on the offensive side. But, oh, sorry, replay overlay is on. And then you leave your defense completely open. And there's just no way to stem the bleeding at this point. And that's why we will see the Peeps move on into these semifinals. And, good for them. They were able to come through and establish their dominance very, very early on in each of these games and put us at a good point now in the semifinals. We'll be streaming both of those. And it seems like Let's Get It did beat Atelier 3-0. Look at the bracket so far. For the ones that we've seen, it was, the 0-3 and then the 3-2, but most of the rest of the bracket is sweeps.
Yeah.
And we see these guys and how good they are and how close these games may be. Yeah, Let's Get It winning 1-0 in game 1, 2-1 in game 2. Runs a little away with it at the end with a 3-0, but still some great teams and close games from both of these guys. And we will be following the Peeps into Let's Get It in that first semifinal. And just for a refresh of who Let's Get It is, who we talked about earlier, First Killer, Chrome, and Vince, the team that I am the most scared of and that everyone should be the most scared of, as they are the #1 seed for a good reason, I suppose. Let's see if we got some updates on some of these other games. Afterthought and RBG Esports, that's the #2 seed in the RBG who qualified. Seems like RBG won the first game. I like it. Afterthought is their first series of the tournament. They might be still warming up, but I like it. Below that is Honduras and Compadres, and it doesn't seem like any games reported so far. But we'll keep you guys updated as we get that information. Oh boy, what a tournament so far, right, Arain?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing really good teams get knocked out. That means we're in for even better Rocket League as the time goes on. So who can complain? The Peeps, though, absolutely incredible showing, and I'll be highly looking forward to see what they're capable of next. We see them in these semis. And yeah, they actually could, take on our buddies First Killer, Chrome, and give them a run for their money. So they may be first seed, but I don't know. It's hard to say. But we will have that going on as we see Let's Get It play the Peeps.
Yeah, and it'll be a tale of two play styles where Let's Get It, a really, really aggressive, quick team. And then the Peeps, a little slower but more focused on those infield passing plays and some good coordination to make those goals happen. We're looking for Arsenal and Gyro to get those passing plays even amongst this quick team. So that's what I'm looking forward to here as we are nearly ready to get this underway. Kind of a quick transition. Thanks for the players for being willing to hop from game to game to game. We caught the Peeps as soon as they came out of their round 1 match, and we streamed them right away. And now we're following them and saying, hey, here are some new lobby credentials. Hope you're ready. Pee as quickly as you can and play as well as you can. On that note, the prize pool is just for first and second. So if you lose here in a semifinal, you are out, and you fortunately qualify for next week, but you don't win any immediate money. Rest of the players, if you don't make it to the semifinals, you have to re-qualify next week to get to the final bracket. That is how this format works. Open qualifier into what you're seeing here tonight in this final bracket. One other thing that we want to kind of quickly touch on, because it does, is going to be fairly important here in the next couple days. The Fall Frenzy, the North American Renegade Cup November monthly, sponsored by Psyonix, is a $5,000 prize pool event spanning 4 weeks and 8 days of play. So if you have not signed up or checked that out yet, type !Frenzy in the chat. Signups do end this Wednesday for the first qualifier, so make sure to get in on that as soon as humanly possible. It's going to be some great Rocket League with a lot of the teams that you're seeing here on the pitch tonight. Speaking of teams on the pitch, we have them. We got these guys ready to go for you, and we have another best of 5 series between the Peeps and the #1 seed. Let's get it. Arain, let's get it started.
All right. And they'll get it started for us. We have the kickoff going. Arsenal taking that up to the blue end. Atomic slamming that down to Ajax, slowing down the play, but Chrome isn't having that. He's going to bust through there with the ball. Doesn't quite get a lot of movement on it, so Gyro is going to get the clear. Now Atomic gets a pop-up, tries to create a goal, but Arsenal will be there, and Gyro will be back to get a clear. Just 50 City over here right now. First killer on the wall. We'll see what he's capable of, but Ajax not having that. Chrome down to first killer, doesn't find an angle. Neither does Gyro there on the wall, kind of whiffs it there, but Arsenal is there to take control. Can't get it over to Ajax, but Gyro will be back to keep some pressure over on the blue side. Chrome tries to knock that up to a teammate. They're passing between each other, but the play's a little bit sloppy, so it might create an opportunity here for the Peeps. Ajax knocks that down. Atomic, did he just own goal? Oh no! I did a flip there, hit it with the bottom of his car and knock that in.
Happens to the best of us. I had the triple commit and just an unfortunate touch on the backside of the flip. Can't do much about it at this point, but a bit better coordination in goal might be an advice that I could give. But when you're in that kind of situation, panic sets in and you're like, I can hit that ball, why don't I just try? Some
space here coming after the Peeps. Trying to make a play. Gyro hits it mid over to Ajax. Ajax gets a bump on Chrome. There's a fake here. Arsenal, that'll go into Atomic. He does get the save. He doesn't own goal this time, so that's we're already seeing improvement. Chrome knocking that over to the Peeps side, but Gyro's there to save it down to Arsenal. So another little bit of a pass chip there to be able to keep the possession on the Peeps side. Arsenal has an angle. Atomic, great job getting up there to defend that. First killer passes it out to Chrome. Chrome trying to get it off the backboard and set up some space for first killer to take a shot, or even just pass it to Atomic. We'll see here. They are just pounding this ball, not letting the Peeps have an opportunity to touch it. First killer will find the angle, do what he does best, and score the first goal for their side. 1-1.
I love how he just like kind of wiggled and lined this up and then put it perfectly past the post and under the crossbar while there was 2 men on that goal line. They weren't ready for the shot, but he was just like, I can probably squeeze that in. Hold my beer.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what, 15? He can't drink beer.
Is his non-alcoholic beer? I don't know. Maybe he keeps those around just to feel cool. Take a swig every time he scores a goal. Who knows?
His dad is in chat, so sorry, Paulie.
Oh, it's all good. But first killer, of course, he's a very talented 1v1 player. I've seen him around that zone, and so those types of angles are pretty customary for him. And it'll be exciting to see what else he's capable of. Pops that over Arsenal again. Gets a 50 read that'll go to Atomic. Again, no goal. Solid defense coming out from the Peeps. Chrome gets a pass to Atomic, though. Peeps will get a piece of that, so no goal yet. They might have some boost problems here. They're not able to get clear out the ball at some point. Arsenal, what a read. Kind of gets bumped up into the air and gets a read out. Of course, this will be a pass play from First Killer to Atomic. Won't find the angle, but still, the pressure is on the Peeps to clear it and find something more solid than what they've been seeing. Atomic waiting on the wall for First Killer's pass. No goal, but again, they are just, let's get it. They're getting it. They are keeping it on the orange side, trying to eliminate any possibilities that the Peeps could have of scoring by just keeping the ball on the orange side. Very solid play.
Yeah, some weird play. You know, Atomic waiting on the far wall. That's not typically what you like to see, but, you know, if it works, then who am I to tell you not to do it? A bit of a lapse in defense there. The double commit whiff from the Peeps as Atomic just gets a little bit around that ball, puts enough power on it to put it away, and we find ourselves now with Let's Get It in the lead. Some nice capitalization on a minor mistake, but with a minute left, that might be a decider in game one, but they don't like that. Gyro and Ajax already putting on the pressure and trying to put this one away.
Right. So again, some clears back and forth as Gyro takes that up the wall, sees Arsenal out in the midfield, might get the angle, not quite, so close. Oh, but Ajax is there to get the 50 back over to Arsenal to secure that goal. Great job almost scoring, and an even better job capitalizing on the space that they brought for themselves with that almost goal.
The placement on that first touch, though, that was some pristine stuff from Arsenal. I feel kind of robbed that that one didn't go in originally, but still really good, and a great way to tie things up near the end of the game. We've seen that a lot tonight, where these guys can step up to make things happen before it's too late, and I wouldn't be surprised to see overtime. These guys might just play passive enough to make that happen. Although Peeps, kind of a bad situation here. Chrome passing its First Killer, and it'll slide right in. Saw it a mile away. I'm a professional. But look at this pass, just straight to that midline for First Killer. Arsenal with the pre-jump, unfortunate, and that will be Let's Get It. Taking back their lead 10 seconds. Don't know if it can happen, but if anyone can do it, it'll be the Peeps.
Very true. Clock's winding down. This is the Peeps' chance. Can they keep the ball up long enough to score? It'd be exciting to see, but we're not going to see it this game. Let's Get It takes game one.
Yeah, and 10 seconds is a bit of a hard thing to deliver, especially when you're under that much pressure. But it's worth a shot, and the Peeps definitely showed up right there at the end before just narrowly losing it there in game one. This is a best of 5. This is, a semi-final, and this is starting to get pretty important for these guys to secure these games and secure these series to keep moving forward into the night. Winner of this series does move into the grand finals to face off against one of the other teams on the other side of the bracket. We'll get to that later as these guys populate the pitch and send us into game numero dos. Rain, all yours.
Alrighty. So we'll see the kickoff. Great win there from Gyro. Arsenal. Looks like he may have went for a flip reset there, which would have been cool. Probably didn't get it. But Ajax, again, always there. Always back to make the clears that he needs to. Quite impressive. Arsenal hits that down to Gyro. I'll go wide here to Ajax, who tries to pop it mid for Arsenal. Has a little bit of space and isn't able to get it past Chrome. Good defense here, coming out from Let's Get It. Chrome doesn't get a read here on Gyro's clear, but First Killer will. Now Arsenal taking this over to the side, trying to find some angles, but these teams, these players, just so quick in making sure that if you try to make an opportunity happen for yourself, for your team, they are there to break that up. incredibly impressive to watch. You see Gyro up to the side, trying to hit that down. Chrome reading that down. Getting a clear over, but Ajax will have that back to Gyro. Tries to pop it down, maybe find some space for Arsenal. Won't get it. Arsenal trying to pop that over to them. Even though it's a double commit, it's a quality enough clear for the blue side to be able to get back in positions they need. And Atomic, just sitting there on the wall. Looks like he didn't have anything, but just hits it right as it hits the wall. He's able to pop that out. Great mechanical abilities, quality clears, and no goals so far because of it.
Yeah, in a minute 30 gone, it is kind of far into this game, especially when we saw the scoreline of that last one. That shot just a little off. You know, those are things you think about when you try to sleep at night. And these close attempts from Let's Get It could put them in a pretty good position. If they can get 2 games up under their belt, that's pretty convincing to sweep Peeps. Sorry, that's a hard one to say. Oh my gosh, first kill.
What a demo.
The Spider-Man demo on the opponent's back wall. Let's get a look at him real quick. Gets the pass and snipes Ajax. You don't see that every day, but that's definitely one way to do it.
That sure is. I mean, and that's one of those things that can be really important in breaking up the pressure, especially when you have these really long plays where the ball's getting cleared over and over again. Sometimes all it takes is a good demo or a good bump to break up a rotation and then create an opening and then score right after kickoff and extend your lead to 2-0. But that's, beside the point. That's just First Killer doing what he does best.
Doing
getting a 50,
First Killer things, yeah.
passing to himself.
Yep. Winning a 50-50 and putting it in, it's just First Killer things. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And I suppose I just realized that Atomic is the sub, because Vince wasn't able to make it tonight, but they are still firing on all cylinders. Vince just adds such a great thing to this team, but when Atomic is able to show up and make it flawless as far as the sub transition, I like it. I'm a fan.
It's always impressive. But then again, we've seen subs take a lot in the land of tournament history. From over zero, securing the G2 win back in the day. Turbo Pulsa, he was a sub. Subs have power. Can't underestimate him. And we're seeing that here. Atomic pass over to Chrome. Boom.
I wouldn't call it a pass. It was kind of some trash in the corner that popped out. But we'll give Atomic. It'll show up on his score sheet later. So I suppose we can call it a pass.
It's a pass enough.
I'd take that for it if I did it.
Exactly, Can't anger the players by saying that's not a pass, It's a team effort.
All calculated.
Gyro didn't get it. No!
Ajax!
That was a chance to get back
Oh,
in, and they
man.
don't quite get it there. Oh no. So now it's looking a little bit grim for the Peeps. They do not want to be 2 games down against Let's Get It. And they're a team capable of beating them. They need to find a way to not be 2 games down. Whatever it takes, whatever aggression, whatever pass plays they have to put on, they have to make it happen here, or they're going to have to reverse sweep, and that's not going to be pretty. Chrome, putting over to First Killer. Great clear. Ajax is not ready for such a powerful clear, but he'll still be able to get back. Try to break up some of this pressure. Atomic kind of carrying that across the field, but isn't able to get enough separation to find a teammate there. Atomic trying to pop that out mid, but Gyro's there. First Killer waiting in the back to take that down to Atomic. Good pass play, but not quite a shot angle. Man. First Killer.
First Killer, what are you doing, man?
Off the ceiling.
Ceiling flip reset defense. It's the new meta.
It happens sometimes, but when your momentum's kind of going in the opposite way, you're not going to get the most powerful clear, maybe a drop. And
it's the same thing I talked about last time, where it's a catch-22. You're 3 goals down with a minute left. You gotta put a lot more effort into making those offensive plays work, but then you're committing too much in into the offensive side, and you get goals like that. That's not necessarily a mistake from the Peeps. It's more of a decision that leads to a goal, right? They got to commit those guys forward. They got to be a little bit more aggressive, and unfortunately, it will mean that they are going 2 games down. Oh man, first kill. 2 games down in this semifinal best of 5, and we need a sweep from the Peeps.
I don't know, 4 goals in 0 seconds, they can do it. Maybe they'll keep it up, maybe they won't, they will not.
That's a great idea for like a modifier or some extra game mode, where the more hits that you get after the timer hits 0, not like 1 touch is 1 goal, but like a multiplier, so that if you can keep it up with like 40 hits, you can get 4 goals out of it.
That would be a little bit game breaking.
Don't stomp on my idea. It's a great one.
Where if you get the last second goal, it doesn't matter if you're down 10. If there are 40 hits, you deserve 40 goals.
Exactly.
You win
not 40 goals.
because you got the
40. Not that many.
Not that many. That'd be a little bit overpowered. But just enough to say, you know, you got the dope goal at the end. You win.
Freestyles are 2 points now.
There we go.
There's the reason why I'm not the lead developer on.
I always wondered why you never got a 3-pointer if you got a goal from your side. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, that'd be true.
You know,
Cool.
or at least in hoops, that'd be interesting. But it would also be a horrible idea. This is Rocket League. This is not basketball. This is soccer with cars.
Dear, some disconnects and them demanding a restart. Not sure if it'll be honored by the Peeps once all players are on the field. It is play on. They cannot just demand a restart. This is in our rules. First Killer is very, very aware of this rule set. They accidentally just scored on themselves, but I think that they are going to restart anyway. So we'll hop back to our pretty faces and fix this in the meantime. Series score still the same, 2-0 for Let's Get It, and we'll just remake that lobby and get back underway. Enough time to give an update on the bracket and a sweep on the bottom side of the bracket. RBG sweeping Afterthought. I don't know if this data is accurate, but 1-0 for RBG Esports every single time. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, close games, and they won all
margins. Ooh, boy, that's one way to do it. So
maybe
RBG,
they were just practicing like their overtime defense. You know, make every game go to overtime and win on purpose. You know, maybe they're doing that.
Just play with the other teams. One interesting thing about our RBG game, or the first Biweekly, we are back into this game. So thank you, players, for getting that rounded up so quickly. So RBG had to play ESL in the first Biweekly. They couldn't make the qualifier in time. So they couldn't make it to the final bracket either. So second Biweekly, they sign up, they want to play, and Noxes, who we'll probably be seeing later, slept through the beginning of the tournament, and they were going to have to forfeit, and so they subbed me in. We didn't make it that far. It was mainly just for fun. But this is the first time that we've been able to see RBG at full force, not distracted, making their way into the later stages, the final bracket here tonight. And so I'm excited to see if they're going to be able to make a dent in that second semifinal that we'll be going to after this, and maybe make it into the grand finals. But that's it'll definitely help to have all their players awake and there. I think that makes your team a little bit better in most cases. But all that aside, we are getting back into this game. Let's get it to Peeps. Same series we just hopped out of. Just needed a little bit of a lobby reset, and we're a minute in, but not much progress on the pitch so far. This ball just making its rounds, going around and round without too many scoring attempts. I say that and immediately caster curse myself.
Caster's curse.
Did come out of nowhere though, where that 50-50, that is the difference maker. That ball just popping a little bit away from that back wall near the 18. That's enough room for a goal, and they will take that and get an early lead. Not great for the Peeps as we find ourselves with Let's Get It having a 2-0 in a best of 5 and the first goal in the deciding game. Man, if you're Peeps, you really got to start to think about making a difference. Chrome, though, didn't have the boost, but was able to thwart the play on the opposite side of the field. Almost was able to turn it back around. That would have been a great way to respond.
All right. 1-0 in favor of Let's Get It. Game point. Peeps, they need to pull something out here. They have not been able to, well, take a game. And they are kind of back against the wall in the set so far. Already down a goal. It'll be curious to see if they can pull something out of the hat. Get a little bit better play than what they've seen before. But just the aggression, the ability to score goals coming here from Chrome, Atomic, First Killer. They've been doing a great job, especially with Atomic as a sub, to make sure that they are keeping a consistent showing here. Ajax wins a 50 over here. Down to Gyro. He'll get the angle. And now we have an equalized game.
Wow, what a great way for Gyro to come in and clean up the trash once again. It's been some intentional passing plays we've seen from them in the past, but this is the first opportunity they've really had in the last couple games. And great to see, and now we find ourselves halfway through the game and basically reset.
Oh yeah. 2.5 minutes left. Again, the Peeps are still behind. They're still backs against the wall in the series. They got to get some goals on the board. And right now, we're starting to see Let's Get It really put the pressure here on the orange side. Chrome isn't able to get the 50. Maybe Gyro will have an opportunity to put some pressure here and create an opening. First Killer just kind of jumps in there. It's a little backwards redirect, popping that all the way out so Atomic can get the clear. Gyro on the other side, able to take it out, but Chrome stuffs that. Atomic stuffs Ajax. First Killer stuffs Arsenal. Almost has an opportunity to score, but not quite. But still, this has to be a bit tolling here on the Peep squad. Not having any opportunity to be able to clear out of their own half. Except now, Arsenal down to Gyro, as you've seen before. Not fast enough to be able to get it past the blue defenders. First Killer up the wall. Good read. Tries to get it out. Gyro doesn't quite get the hit. And Chrome. So now we kind of have 3 up. And then 2 of the orange defenders back, but no pass, no offense coming out so far. Man, just, again, we're kind of coming back to this game where it's just back and forth. It's swinging either way. But no team has been able to really create enough space to capitalize on any of the plays that they've been trying to build. Both teams have been doing a great job of just stuffing out any offensive attempt that either team has had.
Yeah, and the offensive attempts have been there. Like, there are these passes that come in and just get intercepted, or they don't have that person waiting in the right position. So I don't know if that's fear of not wanting to get punished or some good defense on the other side, shutting those plays down as they materialize. Like right there, Chrome right there to shut Ajax down before the shot can come out. First Killer there on the back wall. Stuff like that that has made the last half of this game kind of tense. As soon as a single mistake is made on defense, we might be seeing a deciding goal.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the testament to the clean rotations and the quality hits, quality aim that we're seeing from all of the players on the pitch right now. No one is able to really keep the ball individually for a long amount of time because there is a defender there or an offender there to be right at the ball, making a play every single time. And thus, we're not going to see a goal here unless they manage to keep it up. Nope, and we'll be at a 1-1 overtime. We'll see if the Peeps can pull it out, or if Let's Get It'll break away with this series as we go into overtime.
Yeah, looking for a quick one. Arsenal bringing it into that corner. Immediately shut down. It's these early overtime attempts that can be so deadly. Just because no one is set up yet, no one really has the boost. So if you can get into that blue zone like they're doing here and take control, it can be pretty impactful. Unfortunately, they're shut down. Atomic and First Killer running down the side, and actually a shot, not anything to write home about, but we might be seeing ourselves reset into a kind of calmer position. But that mistake like that Can't let that happen. First Killer will punish that 100% of the time. Gyro just didn't make contact, and the quality upper 90 shot from First Killer will find us. Let's get it into the grand finals with a sweep against the Peeps. And it's kind of mind-blowing to see that happen based on what we saw from them in the last game against their last opponent. We look at the bracket now, and other than the Bruggers and the Peeps, it's been majority sweeps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games that have been sweeps. And if Honduras wins their last one, that could be another one. No, never mind. It's 2-1 now in the series, just updated. But Honduras and Compadres is our last match that we're waiting for to see who populates the semifinals, and that'll be a nice one to watch as well. We're gonna be taking a break here in a little bit, so we can swap out some casters and hop into that semifinal and then final matchup. As soon as we know more about RBG and their opponents, we'll be sure to let you know. But definitely don't go anywhere. We're just gonna be taking a short little break while we swap things around and get people ready and get into the next game. So thank you guys for watching. We're gonna be signing off for tonight, but we will definitely see you around, and make sure to sign up for the Fall Frenzy. This Wednesday is the first qualifier. If you're not signed up yet, please go do so. It's going to be a lot of fun with a $5,000 prize pool. But other than that, we will see you in about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching Nexus Gaming.
Tripping all over my shoes, yeah, I'm falling for you. Ain't nobody like you, yeah, you got me. Tripping all over my shoes, yeah, I'm falling for you. Ain't nobody like you.
Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Biweekly Tournament. I'm Stax, joined by Dazarin on one side or the other. He is not rocking sunglasses. We told him to wear the sunglasses and he wouldn't. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know why.
That's what we're doing?
And,
so that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And
something like that.
Yeah, Daz is in super serious mode tonight.
What? You know what? Hi, welcome guys. We're gonna do this again. I'm joined today by the beautiful, loving, gracious Sean Stackhouse, and we're here with RBG Esports versus Honduras. Stacks, it is an absolute pleasure to be here with Booth. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be here in a booth with you casting Rocket League right now.
You are a terrible liar. But yeah, it's great. It is great to have you here in all seriousness. Great to have all of you here with us as well as we get into our second semifinal. Dazarin said it all, really. RBG Esports versus Honduras, and as Carrie had mentioned earlier, a rare chance for us to actually see RBG here in the Nexus tournaments. They had not been able to reach this point in previous attempts at this bi-weekly tournament for various reasons. Now here they are, the Car, Thunder, and Noxus going up against Honduras, which is a team that, again, they'll look familiar if you watch the Rival Series season. You got Mist, Timon, and Zolhe, all Rival Series players, with Mist being the sub for Manhattan, Timon being a starter on that team, Zol being part of the Dignitas NA team from last season, and then this current season, or the season that just ended, being with Applesauce. You may wonder, hey, where's the actual Manhattan roster? Well, they're kind of not together now. And Ajax, you saw earlier with the Peeps, they got knocked out in the semifinals. And here we are now with 3 teams remaining in the tournament. The winner of this match taking on Let's Get It, the team of Atomic, Chrome, and First Killer.
There you go.
First Killer.
There you go. I know you're old, Stacks, but
I know.
I'm sorry.
How could I forget First Killer, though? Of all the players in this tournament, he the one you'd expect to be in the finals of a Nexus tournament, and he is waiting for the winner of this match.
There you go. And it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. I mean, you already talked about the Manhattan, like the kind of unannounced split between the roster. At least that's what it's looking like. No, I think Mallet probably announced the split, but either way, you have the Honduras roster, which it looks good on paper, but it hasn't been around as long as the RBG Esports roster, which, I mean, those guys have been playing all the way since play-ins, and they have like that, that good overall team chemistry coming into this matchup. So a little bit challenging for Honduras, but I am excited to see whoever wins this face off against Let's Get It in the grand finals. That's quite the roster for one. Just seeing Chrome join that roster of Atomic and First Killer, like it obviously is looking well. But we'll see how they do against the best of 7 against one of these 2 teams, whoever makes it through.
Yeah, correction, by the way, on the RBG roster, Darkness, not Thunder, in the roster for this evening going up against Honduras. And as we wait for Honduras to get in here, just a quick look back at this tournament so far. It's been kind of a wild ride. Some teams that made it through to the automatic bids in the quarterfinals did not advance any further beyond that. The Bruggers, for example, falling to the Peeps a little while ago in the quarters on stream. And Afterthought, the team that's really been making a lot of waves in North America, especially in the Renegade Cup, they fell to this RBG roster, a 3-0 sweep. According to the bracket, Honduras only dropping a game to the Compadres, though when we say Compadres, it is actually Moses, Aeon, and Astro, as far as we know, the 3 that were playing. Pirates listed as a sub, or listed as a 4th player on that roster. Whether or not he played is, we haven't determined that, but I'm sure Stump can tell us one way or the other. We will not be starting on this server. The players have decided. They didn't even get to the kickoff. They just logged in like
168 ping.
Yeah, this ain't it, Chief. So we will restart this again. A best of 5 in our second semifinal. Winner goes on to face Let's Get It in the best of 7 grand finals.
Right. So I mean, talking about just the fact that in the next Nexus Biweekly, everything will completely change more or less between teams who are going to, I guess, like automatically get put into that bracket. and talked about the Burgers. I didn't know that was that roster. It was funny when I saw it on the stream because I had played them moments before like this the bracket had started here. Like it was the worst ranked match I'd ever gotten into in like the past couple of months because we completely got stomped. But seeing them come from there to like get in there, which, you know, I mean, honestly, you don't want to lose to me in a ranked match. You don't need me constantly reminding you of that. I still hold it over most people when I do that. So, I mean, that's still good. But looks like we're ready to go now. I think they better be comfortable with this.
Well, yeah, they better be comfortable with this. Otherwise, you know, we'll just flip a coin and call it good. But we are ready to go. Everybody seems to have a reasonable ping. Timon and Zolhe, or T-Monster as he is here, getting into the Halloween mood. Ready to go for Honduras, and we're underway. Game number 1 between Honduras and RBG Esports. Missed playing one for Timon, and that one a little too strong for Zolhe to get a shot off. We'll try to continue the play to the corner, but that's how the first attack ends for Honduras. This will be cleared away by Noxus. He'll have plenty of time to work with. Zolhe, a miss out of the corner, could be trouble, and it is Darkness off the ironwork, and he puts it in.
I like the shot from Darkness. I mean, it's soft and off speed. Not sure if he meant to get an off speed. The angle that he gets to touch on the car is very weird, but the fact that the ball moves so slow when the defender in net for Honduras is expecting like a banger to the top corner, it completely throws him off balance, and it allows RGB to sneak the first goal in.
Now it's the car trying to carry this ball out, and Darkness, good clear downfield, but Mist will bring one right back in. And that one, second effort, much better from Noxus, denied by Timon. And quickly, very quickly, this Honduras team tries to make its way downfield. Mist given time and space, and he makes them pay.
Absolutely right. Mist with a lot of time and space here on the play. Catches it in midfield. The car not in a good spot to begin with. Then he has to dodge Timon going in for the demo. He's just caught way off guard. The breakaway works for Honduras. Mist gets a good flick and is able to equalize.
So first minute might as well not have happened. We're right back where we started as the car goes up against Timon. It'll be Darkness who will try again. That's not going to get much further. Zolhe now needs one more touch. Instead, he'll take the boost, and the car will just take the ball. Now the car beaten out by Timon. Kind of jumbled up in the corner. Our RBG, that one falling towards the net. The car knew he didn't need to go after that ball, instead sits down for the save. And we're still tied. Coming up on the 3.5-minute mark. Now Zolhe. This will angle downward as it kisses the ceiling. And the car is there. And not a great ball by Timon. It's an empty net for Noxus. He didn't get there in time. And Mist does have time for the save.
Now, Honduras have to be careful. They committed a lot of resources to offense to the point where they were stuck on a breakaway just now. Luckily for them, the shot was too slow. They were able to rotate back in time to get a save, but if many more of those keep happening, you'll start to see RBG get stronger counterattacks as we go on. This one looks like it's going to be a Noxus off the pass from the car, is able to take the lead.
Yeah, this is great from the car. After this ball taken away, that second touch. Not ready for that at all. I believe Timon was there. And here we are with the RBG squad taking their first lead of this semifinal. Now Darkness around the corner. Nox is there. But it will be the car all the way back to play this. Lone Wolf at the back of the line. And Darkness just throwing that to the corner. This is trouble right now for RBG. But a good challenge to get this down to the blue side of the field, and Honduras gotta feel like they kind of let an opportunity pass by there.
Yeah, they were able to get the ball close, like inside the box, but just unable to actually have control of it. Unfortunately, they gave away possession, and then you can just see RBG. They're looking strong with their clears in this game, number one, been able to get the ball out of their end and pretty much past that midfield line almost every time. Maybe one or two chances where they've been met at the midfield for Honduras, but for the most part, they're clearing the ball very well. It's able to eliminate some pressure on it. Again, that's what you have to worry about if you're Honduras. Again, they put so much effort into their offensive attacks that they overcommit, but sometimes it works out.
Oh, how about Zolhe here, just cherry picking downfield. Knows Timon has a big power clear, so he goes up and gets it. Darkness not able to keep this out, and this game is tied with a big exclamation point.
That is actually a big exclamation point. I love the soft touch from Zolhe. You can tell the rest of RBG are expecting Darkness to get that touch, but again, he's just caught in a bad spot facing his own net, and it's just it's a great shot from Zolhe. Completely throws off RBG, and again, plays like that are just what have been the go-to for Honduras in terms of equalizing, because they've done it 2 times now.
The car challenges Zolhe, and Zol, I think, was trying to maybe pinch that off of Carr towards the net. Instead, it goes way to the corner. Now missed, and Timon, it'll be Timon, looking for Zolhe. This will bank on target. No, just high over the crossbar, coming from the ceiling. And now it'll be Nox's. Soft touch. Darkness does have that over towards the car, but not really where it needed to be. It's just in his general direction. Everything's a mess at the back for RBG, and Mist is not able to put one into the back of the net. That shot just wide. And right now, Honduras, they've had the higher quality opportunities. They've also had 12 shots on net, but they're still tied here in the final minute.
Yeah, honestly, if you're an RBG fan, you're thanking your stars, because they are looking absolutely sloppy on defense right now. Just, again, they get the long clears like we see here to get the ball downfield. They're able to transition to a counterattack. I don't know how. The car's able to, honestly, again, he gets this one flick. It's able to follow it up and, again, catch Honduras off guard. That's honestly been their go-to for the past 3 goals they've scored. But Honduras, they've kept the ball in RBG Esports side of the field. They've applied so much pressure, basically dismantled the defense, but they still can't convert a goal in there. It's 30 seconds remaining. Now they have to. They've almost essentially thrown away this game 1.
There are not many games where you'll see a team get outshot 13-4 and win. That's what RBG Esports is trying to do right now. Trying to kill off the final 13 seconds. They get the ball on the right side of the field for it. But here goes Zolhe, finally trying to break free. Challenged by Nox's. Missed with a whiff. And Timon can't get this. It's all on Zolhe to keep this in the air. He can't. And RBG Esports take game number 1. Though if you looked at the scoreboard, you wouldn't believe it.
You know, Stacks, I'm going to be real with you. I don't think that they should have won. I don't think that this performance was... it just seemed like it was Honduras' game. We looked at it throughout the entirety. Most of the ball possession was in RBG's half of the field. Honduras seemed to have control. You talked about the shot totals, and we could hark that all day, but it was the fact that you sat there and you looked at Honduras. The car made crucial whiffs in front of net, basically gave Mist an open shot. Mist bounces it off the backboard trying to get the extra pass in. It doesn't work out. And the rest of Honduras, they converted all their resources towards offense. They knew that they had the pressure, but then they gave away control to RBG. All they took was literally a flick from the car, gets it past 2 defenders. You shouldn't have those holes in defense. Going into game 2, Honduras really need to tighten everything up. Otherwise, they're just going to lose the series, even though they could easily take the win.
You know, us casters love our shooting percentages, and here's what you need to know about Honduras that last game. 13 shots, 7 saves for RBG Esports. Only 2 goals for Honduras. You do the math, and you'll see it was not a pretty performance from Honduras. But they get a fresh start here in game number 2, and they get to reset things here, try to flip the script, and tie up this series, though they won't if they give up opportunities like this. Timon can only pop one up. It is cleared away by Zolhe and Mist. And Zol will have this towards the center for Timon. He has to go back for boost. He'll try again now. Timon for Zolhe. This is how they scored last game. Didn't work out this time. Well defended by Nox's. Now the car around the boards. Nobody crashing the net. And Mist will just bomb it away. That is trouble created by Darkness. Zol now needs one more touch and he can't find it. Mist will have a look here, just trying to keep this ball in the zone, a little token pressure. Zol now gets a drive and he'll score. An opportunity that just fell into his lap.
Yeah, you see Darkness trying to get a clear off of the ceiling. He hits it towards the corner, expecting it to roll out, but no one from RBG is ready to touch the ball after he makes it. He basically is giving away possession. Gives Zolhe a shot, and Zolhe's in a position where he could just bang that to where the defense can't get any type of reaction in time to make a good save. It's a good shot from Zolhe.
Now Zol for missed, and he goes underneath, and now Honduras are rolling.
Yeah, I don't know if it's too early to make this call, but I'm going to say it. It looks like they're starting to wake up here. Obviously, they've scored 2 goals in the first minute or so. And again, they got all the momentum. They got the energy, and they definitely know how to put on the offensive pressure. We'll see how RBG responds.
Missed. Has enough boost to follow this play. But it is off target, so is Timon's follow-up. And now Zolhe. Nothing doing. Noxus, oh, what a play for Darkness. It's well read enough by the Honduras defense. Now Zol will try his luck. Cut off by Noxus. Can't get by Mist, though. And really, Mist has had a few important touches to keep the attack alive for Honduras already in game number 2. And Timon will score another one that, again, just kind of fell to him.
And this is this mistake on defense. You see Darkness, the front flip originally puts him in a bad spot to begin with, so he has to come and stop the original shot from Zolhe. Gets the challenge just in time. But then Timon is just, again, he's creeping. He's waiting under the net. He sees a small opportunity to get that 3rd goal, and he sneaks it past the defense, who wasn't really ready in the first place.
Noxus takes that ball to the side. Now Darkness, well, it was a good shot idea, but the shot off target, and that's a missed opportunity because there wasn't really any defensive pressure on the shot. Now the car, throwing one downfield. He may have to chase this himself, and Zolhe makes sure that he cannot. Missed. Another good ball moving forward. He'll have this one as well. That's a double commit, though. Timon didn't hear him get called off. Now Zolhe. That was intended for Timon, but Mist has to come off the back wall. He cannot, and Noxus will clean up, and finally RBG are on the board.
Good cleanup here. You can see Honduras starting to lose control in the midfield battle for possession. Then all it takes is Darkness to get that boomer off of the back wall. And Noxus, who's just rotating out, sees an opportunity to rotate in and then get a nice planned shot on the net after Mist had whiffed on the touch. So great offensive control from RBG. And again, another quick goal. We'll see if they can get 2 more.
Well, they've got half a game to do so as Darkness will go towards the ceiling. Zolhe there to cut him off. Good second touch. Needs a 3rd. He will not follow it up. That is a clever touch, if not for the double commit. And Timon will take advantage. Another critical mistake.
Yep, you see this touch right here from Noxus. And then he understands that although the car is coming up, he doesn't think that he's as close as he is, so he has to make a sort of panic touch. There's a panic there for a split second, completely throws the defense off. Honduras take advantage, and now get that 3-goal lead back.
Well, hopefully the scoring slows down, at least for the sake of Honduras, keeping RBG off the scoreboard. Also for Dazrin's sake, let you catch a breath or a bite edgewise, as this ball will be set away. Darkness, another big clear towards the ceiling. Noxus over to Darkness. More scoring? No. A save by Mist.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about bites. I have no idea what he's talking about, chat. But you know, the only thing I want to take a look back here at this matchup right now. Honestly, it's just looking like RBG. They can catch Honduras out. Because Honduras gives them a little bit more space to work with the ball than they should. Same can be said from RBG. Most of the times those goals have been scored, it's from RBG not necessarily respecting Honduras' ability on the ball, so then they just play around them and score. But I mean, you see the attack right here, and the car moves up too fast, gets demo, and that could have been a goal if Noxus hadn't turned around so fast. Zolhe was creeping on that ball.
Noxus, good shot on, but Mist is there for his 3rd save. But a quality defensive effort this time for Honduras yet again. And with those 5 saves, they've added 5 goals.
Yeah, man, here we go again. Zolhe with the control here. You see Darkness looking for the challenge, but Zolhe with a good position on the dribble. Pitches it right off of his car. You think it's a very fortunate goal for RBG, but at this point, 5-1 with 54 seconds left. I think I was right saying Honduras decided to wake up.
Yeah, 5 goals were scored all of game number 1 between the two teams combined, and Honduras have matched that on their own in the second game of this series. Well on their way to tying up this best-of-5 semifinal. Nexus just looking for anything to go his way or his team's way. At least this ball is on the blue side of the field. It's a pass for Nexus again. Everybody comes up empty. I think both players were trying to block the other. Now Zolhe, maybe adding to this total. Unlikely they'll reach the 7-goal mark. But Zolhe is not going to give up on that effort. Here's Timon now. That'll bounce right down for Zolhe. Missed thought about coming up. Instead, he'll back off. And it does look like 5-1 will be your final in game number 2, unless we've got some heroics at the end. And maybe we do. Out of the corner. Chance, and no, Nexus just watched it. Almost own goal by Honduras. And that would have been the best thing that ever happened to RBG in that game, as Honduras, as you mentioned, Dazarin, they woke up, they came to play, and this is trouble now for RBG moving forward.
Yeah, not as many shots coming out from Honduras as well. Only 8 this time compared to 12, but I mean, 5 of them had become goals. So doing a little bit better in that department. Out of obviously RBG though, still haven't gotten a hand on this. Just a hand in playing defense and really battling it out in the midfield for a possession against Honduras. It's been really tough for them as the second game had played out. We saw the the only goal that they were able to score was when they had finally cut them off in the midfield, were able to apply a decent amount of pressure, but that was only 1 goal. For the majority of the game, Honduras had complete control and just played their offense. Those early goals helped out immensely. So it's going to be about how these teams open up as we get into game number 3.
Yeah, it's amazing how that shooting percentage tends to go up when all of a sudden you've got a ball right on the hood of your car and nobody in front of you at the net or nobody in good position. That happened plenty for Honduras. They're able to capitalize on their opportunities. They've got a tied-up series now because of it, and now a chance to take the series lead, get 1 win away from the grand finals. They've still got to go through this RBG team that are surely better than what they showed in that last game. Zol with a miss. That's how RBG got on the board early in game 1, but history does not repeat itself yet. Now to be Timon waiting for this one from Zol. Not the greatest touch from Timon. He wanted that maybe a little higher or closer so he could go chase it. And that's out to Zolhe. Missed is lurking, but nothing doing for Honduras.
Yeah, we see Nexus try to hit that ball off the sidewall, avoiding the demo. Also doesn't want to give up possession. That's going to be a key factor of just how well RBG are controlling the ball. Are they just going to flick it away just like Nexus does to a pass attempt to give up possession? Or are they going to be able to kind of thread this ball slowly downfield, see if they can catch Honduras overcommitting on offense?
Zolhe off the corner. Timon's there, and that's going to be blocked away. Well done by Darkness, getting in the way. And Nexus thought about this. Oh, that's a great read. Knew that Mist was going to pass that ball off. Able to intercept. Now this goes over to Timon. Can they read this as well? It's good enough defensively for RBG. As Darkness will just roll one out. Honduras will have to go back to the drawing board and even further back as Zolhe misses this ball. And a chance now for RBG. Really their first quality opportunity on the offensive end. That one's going to kiss the backboard, and Timon will clear it away. No pressure there from RBG. Now the car will try again off the feed from Darkness. Darkness has to chase this. Kind of a late call off there as Dark and the car were both going for that ball. Good win by Timon to keep that ball in the zone, but couldn't play it any further. Darkness needs one more touch. Instead, he'll take out Mist, but it's Zolhe instead who makes the save.
Yeah, Darkness has been very aggressive on the ball, especially last game. We're starting to see a little bit more of that this game as he's been put. Again, you called him out earlier just for getting that double commit with the car. Not his first time doing it. As I said, he bumps right into Nexus. Nexus gets demoed, and boom, there's a goal. It's just these small little taps, these small little misplays that mess up the rotation. And look at Honduras, able to take advantage of it, turn it into a goal.
Yeah, I believe it was Team there with that big demo that just disrupts the RBG defense. Even without that demo, that was going to be a very difficult clear to put anywhere the car would have wanted to put it. Or anybody from RBG for that matter. They were not in great position, and they're punished for it, but they could get that goal right back if not for the efforts of Mist. Right on the goal line. Darkness now centering one, and that's cleared away as well by Mist. Mist playing a huge role in Game 3 of this series. Zol dropping one down. It's Mist all alone at the net. He'll make yet another save, that time his second. Darkness looking to center again. Mist will stay on the ground this time. Now he'll have a look, but Noxus makes sure that goes nowhere near him.
Yeah, for me, it's looking like it's a bit of like a miscommunication.
What a fake by Mist!
Oh.
2-0!
Oh, no. There's a demo, and then, Mist. In the middle of the field for everyone to see. That's a good fake there for them. Honduras up 2-0. Mist having the game of his life here in game number 3. You said it a little bit earlier. He was making an extreme effort. Sometimes it takes no effort to get past a defender, and that's one of those cases.
Yeah, great defense in this series so far for Mist. By far the MVP of game number 3. Adds to his stat line too. 4 goals now in the series, leading scorer by far. As Timon will keep that on the side. Good ball downfield by Zol. Got all of it. Now a loose ball in front. Mist will come on. Why not? Everything else he's touched has turned to gold, but this ball's headed back the other way. Noxus double touch. No, he came up empty. Follow-up from the car is low, but Mist is there for the Savior medal. And now Timon looking for the dagger, and he's denied by Noxus. Zolhe will try. Mist is there, and he thought about it. And he thought better as he'll have to make his way back and cut this off.
RBG still have some fight in them, and you're starting to see that as we approach the bottom minute. They might have woken up a bit too late, but they're still going to try to get these 2 goals in off the backboard. The car, again, cannot get the touch off the back wall. That's going to be the second one in a row he's missed. And now 30 seconds remaining. The mound's getting steeper and steeper, Stacks.
I know they've made it a lot easier to put up astronomical score numbers, but right now Mist has 610. He has more than all 3 members of RBG combined. Nobody else even has 200. Mist has added another. Why not get a hat trick to go with it?
And you were talking about the dagger. That's definitely going to be a good pass from Timon right to midfield too. There's no one home. Again, RBG, they look like they were starting to wake up. They definitely wanted to get a goal before the game was over, but too much commitment on the offense. One simple pass gets past them, and Mist again comes out with a hat trick and with the series lead.
He has all 5 shots for Honduras in that game. Nobody else even put one anywhere near the target, and why would they? You go with the hot hand, and Mist certainly had it. A huge 3-0 win in Game 3. And over the past 2 games, Daz, Honduras have outscored RBG Esports 8-1. You mentioned they woke up. Boy, they have not only woken up, they have taken over here in the semifinals.
Exactly, and we're going to move into game number 4, and RBG Esports are put in a tough situation. Can't drop any more games from them, but that's not the worry. The worry is right now, first off, how are you going to shut out Mist? How are you going to be able to put a goal on the board? They got shut out last game, Stacks. They need to honestly just kind of start from scratch going into this because nothing they've been doing has been working. The scoreline's been a lot lower, but a loss is still a loss at the end of the day.
Of course, just by getting here to the semifinals, they've guaranteed themselves a spot in the next bi-weekly Final 4, or Final 8 rather. This ball will be sent away, and Darkness will try to chase it down on the side. Zolhe, big drive on, and finally somebody other than Mist takes a shot, but it is blocked. Now Mist trying to set the table for Timon, and it will be sent all the way downfield. That is trouble. Mist and Zolhe, same spot, same time, should be punished, but they won't be just yet, as it's on to Noxus. Can Darkness get a pass off? He really couldn't. I don't think Noxus really knew where that ball was going to be going. And that kind of disjointed attack could be very costly for RBG here in Game 4. Timon, he left one for Mist. But Mist getting cold feet there. He'll wait for the clear. Noxus tried to switch fields, but Mist was there. Usually sure-handed, but this time he whiffed on it. That ball around the angles on the side wall in the corner, it's been giving Honduras some fits overall, but RBG haven't been able to take advantage.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, to their credit, though, they've been able to keep on a lot of pressure. They're starting to play a wider rotation, as you've noticed. Darkness all the way in the back, anticipating that long shot. I think it wasn't by Zol. I think it was from Timon. And is able to still clear it out. So far, 0-0, which is at this point in the game, even with it being 3 minutes and 15 seconds left, that's still saying something, just because of the fact Honduras have not scored yet.
Oh, this could be trouble. Noxus giving chase in front. Timon there for the clear. The car coming on as well. It's a chance for RBG. This is about as much time as they've spent on the offensive half of the field over the past, really, 2.5 games. Timon. Nothing doing there. Beaten by Noxus. Zol will try his luck. Needs one more touch. He's got it out in front. Mist coming on. He tried to slow play it behind one. He did, but Darkness is there for his third save. And it's not common, actually, for RBG defenders to have a savior badge, but Darkness has one. More importantly, he's got the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, this is a great start for RBG, especially coming into the second half of this game. I feel like if you're Honduras, you're expecting something from the car who's on that back wall, probably like a pass out or something. They're not really paying too much attention to the ball arc either way. Didn't seem like they were in position either. So, again, just Darkness being at the right place at the right time, taking that shot.
Timon playing one out. That'll be outside the dotted lines, and a chance for RBG to bring another one back in. It's Noxus banking one on target. Zol will officially get credit for a save. Noxus couldn't read that ball out of the corner, and now it's an opportunity for Honduras to equalize. Missed for Zolhe. Got a lot on it, but it's right there at Noxus, trying to go middle, and Noxus is there for it. The car chasing down Zolhe to the corner. Good touch by Zol, getting this out of harm's way. And now Honduras settling down defensively. They are trailing. They're not panicking just yet. Timon downfield for himself. It's a defensive collapse, and RBG have given up the equalizer.
Yeah, you see Noxus rotate out. He goes for the mid boost, while the car just... I don't really know how to explain what happens here. Ball goes over him, and it doesn't seem like there's like any chance. I guess he's gonna make a touch, and once it gets past him, although Noxus is at that midfield line, it's a much shorter path for the ball to the net than it is from him.
And so after all of that from RBG Esports, they can't hold the 1-0 lead, and they've got to find another goal somehow. They scored 3 in game 1. They've only scored 1 goal in each of games 2 and 4. That's the extent of their scoring as they try to stay alive in this semifinal. Missed. Intercepted by the car. Needs another touch. Needs someone to pass to as well. He also needs to get by Zolhe. Easier said than done. Missed. Through the air. Noxus makes sure that goes wide. And now the car. We've seen him take to the skies plenty. Can he get the go-ahead goal? No, it's denied by Zolhe. And now Missed. He's going to take his sweet time, letting his teammates get set up. And we get to the final minute. I would imagine as this goes towards overtime, Honduras are just fine with it, as they've had consistently better opportunities. That's been better this time around for RBG. Zol towards the net, and the car there to intercept, making sure Timon can't get there. Nox is a little slow for that ball, but Timon hits the crossbar. Down to 25 seconds. Missed, denied there. That touch, I believe, just put it outside of his range. Now Timon will try again. Only gets a piece of the car. Missed. Gonna slow play. Over one. And he follows it up for Honduras.
And you can see it slowly happening if you're watching the game, where RBG just start getting slower and slower to the ball, and Honduras seem to be speeding up. And it's just like they slowly turn the dial to just completely turn up the pressure on RBG. And there's Mist getting a nice solo touch with only 10 seconds left. They're looking to see if they can tie it up, but with that clear, it might just be done, Stacks. I don't know if they can keep this up.
It would have taken a Herculean effort. It was not there. And Honduras take game number 4. They win games 2, 3, and 4 on their way into our grand finals. And they've got a date with Destiny now with Atomic, Chrome, and First Killer waiting for them.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Obviously, Honduras look like a very warmed-up team. You saw them in that last series, the semifinals matchup, to where they're just comfortable with the ball, able to put on a ton of shots if they need to. Mist looks on form. He's like on fire going into this next match. Definitely, I would say probably for at least game number 1, you give Honduras a slight edge here. But either way, this is going to be a good grand finals.
Just to give you some context of how good Mist was in that series, he scored 6 goals. RBG Esports did not score 6 goals in that series. That is a phenomenal effort from a guy who probably got a little bit of ridicule for, the one match that he subbed in for during the rival series, and he did not look like a sub tonight, at least not in that semifinal. He's gotten Honduras into the grand finals, but as mentioned, there is quite the opponent waiting for them.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Atomic and First Killer themselves just being obviously, like, for lack of a better term, speedy boys. Just, again, well known for how quickly they are to the ball, well known for how much pressure they put on their opponents. And then you combine that with Chrome and just Chrome's game knowledge, Chrome's ability, like, just to be a very smart player and to really control the pace of the game. And that team has worked out very well, obviously making it to this point. We've seen Honduras, to where Honduras is a team that likes control. They like playing together very well. They can turn up the speed and tempo. They like overpowering and overpressuring their opponents. That being said, both of these teams getting into the same pitch is going to be it's going to be all over the place for sure, to where the smallest mistake could possibly lead to a goal. So that's why I'm really excited to get it going.
Yeah, neither Honduras or Let's Get It have seen Game 5 so far in tonight's tournament. More likely that they will, as we've got a best of 7 coming up. It is Let's Get It and Honduras in a best of 7. It's our grand finals coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss this.
Live 17 floors up, and when it rains, I can feel those drops in my window pane. Lets me know that I'm still here. But when the sun comes out, I will go outside. When it breaks through clouds, I will give a smile. Lets me know that I'm still here. Sometimes I want to run away, to find good times again, to find all my old friends. Good times, I said good times, find my friends again. I said I wanna have good times, good times.
Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Super Sunday Showcase Biweekly Tournament Grand Finals, whatever we are eventually going to call this tournament. Stacks alongside Dazarin, who now looks like one of the Blues brothers on a mission from God. Dazarin, now we've got our best of 7 Grand Finals. Let's get it, and Honduras. Who you got?
Oh,
Yeah, put you right on the spot.
All right, well, I mean, we're going to find
I don't
out
make
soon.
predictions.
You know what? Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm going with let's get it. Let's get it. Okay.
Let's get it. All right.
Let's get this bread.
They're not in this tournament, but that's fine. Here we go. First killer going to try to chase us down. He actually caught himself on the ramp of his own goal. Missed trying to take advantage. Double touch is going to be wide. And that is how game 1 out of a possible 7 gets underway.
Yeah, I don't like how that opened up. That was obviously just, I mean, it was really good for Honduras, but if I'm going to rep it, they got to turn it up quite fast. But we talked about it at the post game, where we just said, I mean, Honduras going into this matchup, they're going to be hot, warm, ready, whatever you want to call it. And they're showing it. Obviously, you're going to need Let's Get It to get a game or two to warm up. We'll see if they can do that or not. But so far, scoreless. You might have a possible breakaway. Atomic doing a good job of buying Chromio some time. Still misses. And there's still danger. Get it away. I should be letting Stacks do this, but I decided to do it, and I am okay with that.
First killer throwing one downfield. That's going to fall right to Chrome. His shot's going to be high, and first killer also trying to make anything at all happen. Now missed. Oh, that's towards first killer. Exactly where he did not want to put that ball. Everybody forward, and they're not going to be punished. Well, let's get it, as Chrome can get back and send this away. Now Zolhe looking to center this for missed. Why wouldn't you with the hot hand he's had? But he's denied by first killer. Timon can't keep the play alive, and let's get it. Do get the ball out of the zone. Another chance though. Zolhe comes up empty by design as that goes through. He threw off the defense enough, and it is missed. Who scores?
And they're expecting first killer to get this touch, but he's not expecting the ball to bounce off the ceiling. Once it bounces off the ceiling, gets past him, both Chrome and Atomic panic. Gets a poor clear, again, just basically passes it right to Honduras and lets Miss land an easy shot in that first goal.
Zolhe just guying one up there, trying to slow things down a little bit. Now to be Timon. Oh, that's a good win by first killer, but there is Mist at the back to deny Chrome. Mist will get a save here as well, just padding the stats at this point. Zolhe for Mist. Boy, Timon came up very close to Mist. I don't know if that was really the design. And now Atomic denied by Mist at midfield. You know, we could probably just call Mist name, even though he's nowhere near the play. Timon misses that ball, missed. Now Timon guying one up, missed. He is everywhere right now for Honduras. He needed to be.
He's all over the place right now. You just see him. He's going back for boost, but he'll be back there in a second. We got to watch the rest of these guys play. Oh, here we go. Main event miss with the touch. All right, we got to wait for him to rotate back in. Oh, he gets a demo. Never mind. Just
he's got a demo, but Timon doesn't have any boost to go up for that ball, and while Zolhe was waiting very patiently, first killer took him out. Now Chrome meets Timon. That challenge won decidedly by Timon. Zolhe for missed, and that one set off to the corner. Bit of a double commit there. Maybe they're trying to get just a little extra power getting out of the orange half of the field. Zolhe now with Atomic shadowing him in the corner. That's a good win by Atomic, stopping that ball dead. Now Chrome for first killer. That's on target, and this game is tied.
That's actually a really good redirect from first killer. When you see Chrome go for the original pass, I'm like, okay, I don't know. I think he just kind of gave up an open net. The first killer obviously gets that solid redirect. I mean, he's going to be the speedy boy on the team. I look forward to him. I just don't think that he's going to drop this series. First killer, like you say, he's known for winning Nexus tournaments. He almost wins every grand final he's in. Like mistake maybe one or two, but he does very good when he gets to these positions. So unsurprisingly, I don't even know why I was surprised from the goal, but either way, let's get it, tie it up, and then looking to see if they can take the lead as their own offense.
Atomic there off the feed from first killer, but the shot is going to be high. Now Zolhe, big pop for Timon. Chrome left in no man's land, and Timon quickly breaks the tie.
So Chrome rotates back here on the play, the pop up here, and instead of going back post, he sits into the middle of the net. So the ball, again, Timon, he sees where Chrome is, going to give him the hardest shot possible. Chrome is already in a bad spot to begin with because it's a breakaway play. That, all in all, though, it was just a really bad defensive positioning there from Honduras, from Let's Get It, and good shot placement from Honduras to get that one.
Atomic for first killer, who, my goodness, he always finds a way, doesn't he? And first killer scores yet again for Let's Get It.
Again, another one where I just did not think it was going to be, I just didn't think he was going to be able to score. I thought defense on the back wall, someone's going to be able to clear it out. And the pass from Atomic just comes out enough to where first killer is able to redirect that in. And he's 2 for 2 right now, 3 saves. The kid's on fire.
First killer in the grand finals of not just Nexus tournaments, but especially Nexus and any other tournaments is like Tiger on Sunday. Just at times he seems absolutely unbeatable, and he seems to be in one of those zones. Can he keep it up though? First killer, backboard play. Zole calls off Mist, so Mist will wait along the ground, but now Chrome off the feed from Atomic. Atomic backboard. Chrome again. First killer there as well. It's a double commit from Let's Get It. They decided to get it a little too hard, and Atomic was able to get back, but only barely. Honduras got to feel like they should have broken this tie yet again. They'll still have a chance if not for the efforts of Chrome.
Yeah, definitely, sure, for sure. I mean, you saw Chrome go up. Obviously, if you're in Chrome's position, you think that you can make a play out of this. You think the ball's coming straight to you, so he's trying to just read it off the ball. And then if you're first killer, he's also thinking like, okay, it's gonna bounce off far enough. I'm gonna have the best shot here from where I'm sitting. So just that unfortunate double commit, but we are looking possible to see game 1 OT. Ball still into the air, going downfield. First killer needs to go up. He slams it down home. Danger eliminated, and now we got an OT kickoff.
Yeah, and an important one here. We've seen some quick overtimes in these tournaments. First killer almost made it a 5-second overtime. Now Chrome, that's a good soft touch. Leaves him in a position to at least try to follow it up. Missed. That is towards first killer, though first killer took an awkward angle up. So he is behind the play going the other way. Now looking to drop one down and missed, having none of it. Now Atomic. That's not great from him. And he will take out Timon, so short-handed opportunity for Honduras. Zolhe levels the score. Off the backboard, and Timon disrupted there by Atomic's defensive effort. Can he get one in front? That actually has an orange trail, but it will be Zolhe to center, and Atomic doing a great job of trying to zone out Timon, but it's all for naught because nobody went for the ball, and Zolhe punishes.
Oh my goodness, you see right here on the touch past Chrome, first killer has to follow it up, but he hesitates. He completely stops after he goes for the turn in the front post and just lets the ball go right into, I believe that was Zolhe who was able to take the shot. And then Zolhe having basically useless first killer in net. Once he stops, he can't do anything. They can shoot almost anywhere except directly at him, and they're going to score. And that's exactly what happened. 3 goals, 1 for each member of Honduras. Let's Get It, though. They could have won at the kickoff. There was an opportunity. You called out Chrome taking the first touch or that soft touch. He could have put that on net and just had a goal score. I think he was just moving a little too fast, and he was trying to like make a readjustment, unfortunately. But they definitely could have won that in OT. Now we're going to go into game number 2. But, I mean, first game 1 going into overtime, that's great, at least for where we're thinking this series is going to go. But we'll see whether or not Let's Get It can at least get 1 as we head into this next game.
So Honduras, one step down, but 3 to go as they take the lead in this best of 7. And Atomic has that ball taken away from him. Now missed. Gonna throw one in the general direction of the net. It hits the backboard. Team on a little floater, and it is just wide. First Killer had it, if necessary. Now missed. That'll find Team on, and Chrome with the save. It's kind of a scary start for Let's Get It. Very similar to the start in Game 1, where Honduras, they were threatening. They had a high-quality opportunity, but weren't able to convert. Atomic downfield right at Team on. And now to be Zolhe. He'll have a look, and Atomic, this time on the same page as everybody else defensively. First Killer's waiting, and he should have this from the backboard. He missed it. Atomic is there. Chrome is not, as that ball doesn't find him. And he'll have to rotate back. Now it is Chrome. This will be on target, sent away by Zolhe. Another opportunity for First Killer to center. He'll get some help from Zolhe, and that pass from Atomic. Not able to catch up with First Killer. Chrome now, out of boost. Doesn't matter, as Atomic's shot will go wide.
Liking these chances I'm seeing from Let's Get It. Obviously, they've been very sneaky with how they play, especially Atomic trying to sneak that pass into First Killer. We know First Killer can hit it from that angle, but here's a double commit here. Zol, oh man, if it wasn't for Chrome literally sacrificing himself to save Let's Get It, Zol could have had an open net to shoot into after the double commit in midfield. Obviously, Let's Get It playing very fast-paced Rocket League, but they have to be careful not to play too fast. Otherwise, they're going to be put in a tough spot going into game number 2 that they don't want to be in.
Missed, taken out of the play by Chrome, but Let's Get It are not able to take advantage just yet. This one going deep into the corner again from Mist. Waiting on the far side, and Zolhe's shot might have been disrupted as well. Chrome deeper to the corner, but nobody able to track this down. It just doesn't seem like Let's Get It are all on the same page here on the offensive end. Really, or the defensive end for that matter, that we've seen some double commits that have proven to be quite costly. Chrome that time making the save, and it should be Atomic's ball. It is, but who's going to go up? Chrome for himself, and Zolhe just throws it away. And I think that's going to be the strategy, right, Dazrin, for Honduras? Hit it where they ain't. First Killer's got the reset, and instead it's kicked away.
Yeah, honestly, I can see that, but it's going to be tough, right? You have Chrome and First Killer on this Let's Get It team, and so far they've been beating Honduras to the ball almost every single time in terms of just challenges. And they haven't been clear beats, but you can definitely see from the direction the ball is going, obviously. And then you have Atomic, who's also on this squad, who's able to just be able to kind of work with the ball. Very impressive ball control in the air. We've seen that with some of the shots and passes he's taken. Oh, no.
SpaghettiOs.
So
that's all I can say about this. This is not good.
No, it's not at all.
Defense. That ball's going the wrong way.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, you can call Chrome master tactician here from just like seeing the field. You can say, oh my God, Chrome's so amazing. He saw the field, bounced it off of Mist and Timon, just pinballed it off of the blue defender. Let's be real, that's not the case. But that's the only way you can explain that.
Anytime a player scores a goal like that, you have to give them credit. Otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about. Here's Chrome now. Missing that out of the corner, but First Killer there to save the day for Let's Get It as they try to double their lead. First Killer. Nobody there. Oh, he comes down from the ceiling.
Oh,
what
my goodness.
a read to set up Chrome.
What a read indeed. First Killer, you see him, you think he's out to play, and he goes on top of the ceiling. As soon as Mist gets a touch, he knows Mist is going to send it high, so he jumps into the ball to get the redirect on it, sending it back off that back wall. Chrome complete trust in it. The ball goes off the back wall right in front of Chrome, and Let's Get It, get the second goal. That was fantastic by First Killer.
That is a player who saw the field and knew exactly what he was doing. He sets up Chrome again, but Mist is there. Actually, Zolhe credited with the save. Now Zol did not get a lot of power behind this. Here comes Let's Get It again, looking for a third goal. Zolhe's defensive effort may not be enough by itself, and Mist has a big clear. Zolhe on target and stopped by First Killer. First Killer just filling up the stat sheet now. 2 assists, 2 saves, 2 shots. Hasn't found the net himself just yet, but good enough with that ball out of the corner he just played.
Yeah, for sure. And man, you look at First Killer. This is a kid who obviously has great ability to read the ball and read his opponents. You combine that to Chrome's ability just to read the field and know how to move around the field, and then Atomic's ability to control the ball. That's why this team just looks so good, at least in this game number 2. Weren't this strong game 1, but a shutout game 2 and 2 very impressive goals. And just like that, let's get it taken. We're going to go to game number 3.
We'll go to game 3 with this series tied at a game apiece after Chrome has a monster game. Granted, one of those goals handed to him on a silver platter with the own goal, but the other, great positioning, and of course, an exceptional play set up by First Killer. He does get credit for both assists, by the way, in that game, First Killer, so even more stat padding by the Rocket League gods for Let's Get It. But more importantly for Let's Get It in this series, they are tied now. And now we go into game 3 with them having a great response to what Honduras put together, especially near the end of game 1.
Yeah, for Honduras, it just seemed as though that they were in a tough spot. Like they couldn't really get consistent control on offense. It was mostly just like Let's Get It playing as quickly as they could to kind of throw off Honduras. Honduras didn't have any control in that last game. I feel like for them, it's really just going to be kind of keeping possession in Let's Get It's area. They weren't able to do that in that last game. And when they were winning game number 1, it seemed as though they were able to do that. Just at least get consistent challenges one after the other. They have to match the speed from Let's Get It. And it's going to be tough because First Killer had an amazing read on Miss. That was an almost disrespectful read for Miss. You're going up for a clear off of your own back wall and someone just slams it in and turns it into a pass play. That does something to you.
Well, let's see how long-lasting those effects are. First Killer, tough angle, not able to find it, and the demo from Timon makes sure Atomic can't tuck it home on the doorstep. What a play by Timon.
That was so close. It's a great save from Timon. Atomic almost was able to get off the demo. He's up in the air. Cannot put that on target, so Chrome's going to have to come in here and keep that ball in. But already, first 30 seconds here, you can see Let's Get It. They still have that speed and that energy from game number 2. They're making sure to transition that into game number 3. They have to be careful not to give Honduras too much ball control, though, because we've seen in the RBG match how well they work with ball control. As this one, although it's still scoreless in the first minute, but this could go either way still.
Zolhe now. Good shot on, but Chrome is there for the save. And now he can get this downfield working with Atomic. Whether willfully or not, this will go out of the corner, and Timon has it all the way downfield. It's right there for Chrome. Good block. That falls right down to Mist. Now First Killer again. Trying to beat out Zolhe, but hey, Zolhe's had First Killer's number so far in this game. We don't say that very often, but Zolhe's had a few really good wins in the first minute and a half going directly against First Killer. This time he'll go where First Killer isn't, to the corner. Quick read out of the corner, looking to center, and Timon shot denied.
So off screen, I've seen a little bit.
Missed shots, that's what we said away. Go ahead.
I was going to say off screen, I've been seeing a little bit of movement. It's honestly just been Chrome. He's been making an effort to honestly just deny as much boost as possible to Honduras. After he rotates out, he'll go into their corner. He'll even grab midfield boost and then grab his own corner, taking 2 of those boosts, just making sure to deny as much as possible on the field, just trying to get as much control. I think that's probably why Honduras looked so solid in that last game. Just these small, subtle little boost deals, putting them in a spot to where they can't work with the ball as well as they usually do. And that might be the trick to it. And obviously, Let's Get It. Great boost control from them. They've just been able to get to the ball as quickly as possible and apply a lot of pressure. We're in the bottom half of this game number 3, and it's still remaining scoreless. And you can start to see Let's Get It turn it up as they have possession right now, bringing it to the Honduras end.
Atomic throwing that over to himself, not able to create a play by himself. And First Killer wins another ball deep into the zone, but Zolhe is right there to collect. And he'll give way to Timon. He had Atomic bearing down on him. Good ball out from Chrome, and first killer just throws it to the corner. That is going to be wide. Chrome is looking to sweep it home on the far side. And who's going to take this? It'll be Zolhe. Misthought about it, then he realized, no, you don't play that ball across your face of your own goal. And so Honduras kind of had a bit of a scary moment defensively. They've gotten out of it. And first killer would not have surprised anybody if he scored. He didn't. And now it's back the other way, and it's first killer who has to buy time for his teammates. Team on. It'll be on target, but with not nearly enough power. And now first killer going right at Mist. Good win by first killer to send that out in front. Chrome has to get to this ball, otherwise Team on would have had it all the way downfield. Now first killer for Chrome. It's just like game 2 all over again.
The speedy boys. You see first killer, he knows where this ball's bouncing, gets the read, and just completely annihilates Mist on the challenge. Chrome knows that ball is coming hot, and obviously he's going to be up in time. You see Zolhe and Timon try to get up, just try to block him, get in his way. They can't do it. He's, again, even though it's just by a split second, it makes all the difference in the world here in a game of Rocket League. That's how, that effort is just how Let's Get It get the first goal in game 3.
Mist there to stop first killer from centering again, and it gives Honduras a chance to look for an equalizer. First killer feathering one in. Zolhe gets credit for a save. It was close enough. And now Atomic just throwing that into the corner. Every time Let's Get It do exactly that, the task gets even tougher for Honduras as they try to find any way to get downfield in the final minute. Team on. He's going to miss that ball. That is not how you get downfield. It's how you give up another goal, and they have.
Oh, man, and I was just sat here and I watched the Let's Get It. They played the ball. As you saw how the ball was moving on Honduras' side of the field, they were really slow with it. But if you look at off ball, off camera, they were just moving constantly throughout the field, whether it was getting a bump, whether it was stealing demos, and it put Honduras as if they were cornered, as if they were stuck into their own net. They couldn't break out. They had no momentum. They had no boost. And Let's Get It just played around them. They had scored the first goal, had all the momentum of the game, and then just methodically played the second one. And with 10 seconds left, Let's Get It are looking to take the lead of this series.
Mist will just throw one off to the side, and it's kind of a defeated look right now for Honduras at the end of game number 3. As they've watched a 1-0 series advantage that they got in overtime of game 1 evaporate into a 2-1 lead now for Let's Get It. As I don't want to say dominate in game 3. It was a low-scoring, very close game, but it felt like the higher quality opportunities absolutely belonged to Let's Get It, while Honduras, they weren't able to get any real sustained attacks on the offensive end.
And that's what we talked about before we even got into this game. I wanted to see a little bit more of that from Honduras, that sustained offense, more of them being able to constantly put shots on net. They weren't able to get any of that from Let's Get It. Let's Get It clears the ball down the field and immediately tries to press as much as they can, just, again, getting those battles for the midfield. I talked about Chrome trying to just deny as much boost from Honduras as possible. There was just plenty of off-camera bumps and demos going out as well. More bumps than demos, obviously. But Let's Get It. Just the way that they're playing off ball is throwing off Honduras. Honduras aren't comfortable in this grand finals right now. They may have been comfortable in game number 1, barely. They won in overtime. The past couple of games, they have not seemed to be comfortable at all playing their own game at all. And Let's Get It. They're slowly just choking Honduras out, and then they end up beating them with their speed once Honduras have just exhausted all of their resources, I'd say, on defense.
So for the first time in this tournament, Honduras have lost 2 games in a series. And now Zolhe will try to start the attack for Honduras as they try to right the ship against Let's Get It. Still very much in this series, only down 2-1 in a best of 7. First killer looking to take advantage of Zolhe's miss. Now Chrome for Atomic, and Zolhe makes up for everything, making a big save coming out. Now Chrome again. Look out, that's going to be Timon's clear.
As much credit as I give Let's Get It, I got to pass some over to Honduras, especially to Zolhe. On defense, he has been super strong. Obviously, you said it earlier, it looked like he was one of the only players who had first killer's number, and then he's come up big time on defense. I just see him moving all over the field. If he has any boost, he's using it to try to make a challenge as quickly as he can. Been beat a couple of times here and there, one of those times leading to the first goal being scored in the last game, but he's made an insane effort so far in this series.
Team on for Mist, and his shot's high, and maybe the magic has worn off just a bit for Mist. Zolhe, what a block on Atomic. Chrome will try, and Mist is able to recover. Loose ball at midfield. Team on to the backboard. Atomic won't get it, and Team on got one too many touches, I think, on that ball, not able to drop it for a teammate. And Let's Get It can recover. Their passing has been normally good so far in the early stages of Game 4. Not on this possession, though. They've given it away to Honduras again. Team on running into Chrome, and now here goes first killer. He's got Atomic waiting patiently, and Atomic's patience rewarded. First killer finds him and the lead.
Yeah, there's a big miss from Zol, and then it starts that breakaway, and you see Timon, he's trying, he has to be the only person, he is the only person who can cut that ball off. And it's just like a split second where something doesn't go right, and he ends up getting that miss. Maybe first killer reacts a little bit too fast for Timon, and once it gets past him, Atomic has an open net to shoot into.
First killer denied by Team On, but there is Chrome waiting, and it really does feel like there are about 5 orange cars on the field right now, as Honduras will get downfield, and they finally break through this pressure. They finally break the scoring drought that lasted since their overtime game or goal in Game 1.
Yeah, what a way to do it. I feel like if first killer actually was not there, that ball would have rolled across the field or across the net. There was no one in place to actually shoot it. It's the fact that first killer does move up into his position. Ball redirects off of his car, and he's still scoring, but this one doesn't count for his team.
It'll be missed, denied by Atomic. And he goes right by Timon, but out of control. Zolhe against Chrome. They need one more touch, and Let's Get It do get that last touch. And now first killer can send one downfield. It rolls along the ceiling. And Timon will have it at Zolhe. Second half of Game 4. All knotted up as first killer gives away to Mist. And Atomic just pirouetting through the air. You know, he's full of a lot of confidence right now. Chrome, clean win. Needs another one. That's out in front. Atomic gave it a look, but Timon's there. Mist and Zolhe, though, they are together in the corner. And that is trouble for Honduras. A wasted opportunity. They may get it back anyways, and they do. Timon scores an open net.
And Atomic turns around and goes for boost. First killer turns around. They were just too far forward, and then they both decided to leave. No one made a challenge on the ball. It was right in front of them, and then they left it. I wouldn't want to concede 2 goals right now to Honduras. They might have the series lead, but they could lose it that fast. 140 left, though. And that was an odd mistake. Hopefully no more of those happen for at least the remainder of this game.
Oh, Zolhe, good first touch. Second touch to set one up, and he goes right by Chrome, and there's a very valuable insurance goal.
Yeah, he played Chrome like a fiddle here. You can see he slows up. And Chrome, he has an option to turn around there. Obviously, that he doesn't want to because he knows Zol has complete control of that. Once Zol realizes that Chrome could challenge that, well, there's 2 things to happen. If Chrome turns, Zol could just flick it. But Zol also realizes that he has Chrome. Chrome is slowed down and he hesitated. That's why he gets that specific flick off, and that's why he's able to score it off of Chrome. Very smart play there from Zolhe. Mind games at the right time pay off, but Chrome strikes back and responds very quickly.
He does indeed, and it's the 5th assist for first killer, 4th goal for Chrome, and it gets Let's Get It right back into this game with 1:11 to go. Boy, Chrome has been a monster for Honduras to deal with. Clutch goals to keep Let's Get It around. That shot's going to go wide. Timon not quite able to find a very tight angle. Atomic winning that ball through. Chrome missing off the corner. And first killer stuffed by Zolhe. A chance to maybe put it away. And he's denied by Atomic. Here goes Atomic quickly the other way. You can expect fast and furious action, especially coming out of the orange zone. This Let's Get It team, they do play with a sense of urgency that not many other teams do. Zolhe just trying to roll one in, and first killer with a desperation save.
I like how Miss is playing this ball, so he's been able to keep the ball into Let's Get It's half just from playing it slow, getting some good, strong midfield challenges, even the confident first killer. Oh my goodness, they turn it just like that, a pass from Chrome to first killer, and we got all tied up stats.
You blink and you miss it, and that is what's happened to the lead for Honduras. One little pass out to first killer, not much of a defensive lapse, but they gave first an opening, and he scores the equalizer with 19 to go. And now Atomic, he got around on this, but it is just wide. Chrome to keep it inside the lines. Requires a save from Mist. First killer, that's a good ball to pop over a defender. And it'll be out to Zolhe. Last opportunity before overtime. Reset there, but it's cleared. And we go to OT for the second time in the series.
Both teams are fired up going into this OT. 3-3 is the score line going in. And honestly, you can see Let's Get It are turning it up. But Honduras with the methodical play have been able to play around the speed that is Let's Get It. This is going to be a very interesting OT to watch because, if again, you said it, you blink and Let's Get It could score this. But Honduras are smarter than that on the field. They've been able to play around them so far in this game. We'll see if they can do it. They're on the back end, though. Atomic's able to get it through. But Miss is there, and he's looking to clear this ball away.
Mist, who was phenomenal in their semifinal series, has been held to only 8 goals so far through 4 games and now 2 overtimes. This will drop down, though. It's a miss from first killer. Zolhe looking to get a piece of Chrome. He can center this with a full tank. No, it's going to be taken away by Atomic. Now Mist. That is just wide, and first killer had to scramble a bit. Chrome does as well. He's got Timon coming after him. And now Zolhe for Timon. That's cleared away by first killer. Well done on the defensive end. It's been heavy pressure for Honduras, but not so much that Let's Get It can't handle it. Now Chrome got the full boost, and he'll use a big chunk of it to clear this away and gives way to first killer. Boy, it's really been, I guess, surprisingly unselfish play on the part of this Let's Get It team. I mean, these are players that we've seen make some solo efforts happen. We've seen them cut off teammates in previous tournaments. They're playing like a pretty well-oiled machine as Chrome centers for Atomic this time, but he's denied by the collective defense of Honduras.
And we've seen them make those double commit stacks earlier on in the series. I think as the series has gone on, they've understood the speed that they have to play at, and everyone's playing to their strengths. The same thing, though, can be said for Honduras. They're still able to apply the pressure, but there's a shot from Chrome. Zolhe, again, the defensive wall for Honduras this series comes up big with a nice save, and the battle for control continues.
It has been fun to watch Zolhe and first killer play in this series in particular. And they are dueling right now, each with 4 saves. Zol with a couple of goals. First killer's got a goal and a pair of helpers. Here's first killer looking to set the table again, but Zolhe takes that ball away. Now Mist over to Zol, but it's behind him. We played half of an extra game here in overtime. Big goal coming up here. Timon gives it away. It'll be Chrome. If Let's Get It are able to score here, it's going to be just wide. They would take a 3-1 series lead. Honduras trying to tie the series with a golden goal. It's Zolhe. He is given the possession away yet again. Everybody's got to get back. They need boost. They can't get to boost. The ball's coming right back at them. Now it's Atomic, and Zolhe has to go after him and eat a demo for his efforts. It's a big sacrifice for Zolhe.
Oh, there's a pass.
Nobody at the net, and first killer missed it high.
That was the chance. That was the chance for Let's Get It to seal away this game. They have been unable to do it. They still have the pressure, though. Still have the speed. They're still trying to control this offense. They're doing well, as they're still moving around, taking boosts, trying to put Honduras in a tough spot. Honduras, this should look familiar to them because this is the pressure they put on other teams. It's now being put on them. An epic save again from Zolhe, but the ball is still bouncing off of their back wall. It's finally cleared downfield. Timon see if he can do something, a pass. Zolhe with the shot, but it's blocked. Chrome looking to get the ball downfield. That second touch is what almost was saved first killer because he was in a bad spot. But the pressure from Honduras, they're starting to try to turn the tables. Timon, a slow touch. Zol looking for somebody, and they can't get anyone through. And it's back to midfield as they try again.
Oh, Zolhe's drive denied by Chrome. He won't get credit for his save, but it was close to the corner. And now Zolhe not able to stop Atomic's shot, but missed his for his third save. 9th as a team. Honduras, they have been on the defensive end for about 3.5 minutes, and they finally score. Who else but Zolhe with a Hattie?
And you see Atomic goal up here for the challenge, but again, every time Zolhe has his ball, look at the flick. He can read the defense and see where the hole is, and he takes advantage of it. Ends up equalizing the series. We're 2-2 apiece after almost a 5-minute overtime stacks, and it's all thanks to Zolhe. He put the team on his back in this game, and he came up big.
All right, he's going to need an ice bath or something after this. My goodness.
Put it on his hands.
Yeah, this is incredible, though. 3 goals. He didn't have any assists because there's only one other goal scored by Honduras. Just a phenomenal effort from Zolhe that keeps Honduras very much in this series now and reduces this best of 7 down to a series of just 3 games. 2 games apiece for the grand finals here. And again, we saw how quickly Let's Get It got that equalizing goal that tied things up with 19 seconds left. It's just that same kind of defensive lapse that Zolhe and Honduras were waiting for.
Exactly. And then, I mean, you talked about, I mean, well, we said it here and there. Honduras have been playing, they don't match the speed of Let's Get It, but the fact that they can play a methodical game of Rocket League. Zolhe, even in that overtime situation, read the defense, had enough time to play around them. And then again, he scored 2 goals in that game where he read Let's Get It, saw the defense, and played around it, all while having the ball on top of his hood. Just that alone is something that gave Honduras the win in that game number 2. They play smart, not fast. Whereas Let's Get It, they play fast. Yeah, it's like a battle of brains versus speed here, from what it's looking like.
It'll be first killer trying to pinch that across, and Mist is there for the block. That's just instinct right there from Mist. We're underway in Game 5, a very pivotal, very important 5th game in this series. Someone's going to take a series lead. We mentioned Honduras in the previous series as the game goes on, them being the favorites. You wouldn't think they'd be the favorites going into a lengthy overtime with all the firepower on the orange half of the field. But Honduras has won both overtime games so far. First killer, tough angle, but he made it look easy.
Oh my goodness, first killer again. So many times in this series has he made insane goals. But man, with that angle, Timon doesn't stand a chance. First killer scores first in game number 5.
That's just first killer things right there. That was pretty good. And we are at a 1-0 scoreline for Let's Get It. And you just can't help but be in awe sometimes how some of the, I mean, we saw him miss some easy ones in the last game. All of a sudden, it's a new game, and, you know, he just turns it on. Here's Chrome. Right down the middle. That's going to be Mist's ball. And Zolhe will have to face a challenge from first killer. Timon over Chrome. That's well played to the corner. And Atomic is there. Now Timon again. Looking to set things up for Honduras. He's met by first killer. Does take out Atomic, though. So it's a shorthanded effort that may still result in a goal after that win from first killer. And there's Chrome with a bounce shot.
Good shot here from Chrome. Obviously, first killer just coming up so fast in there, and Chrome being able to read the ball, seeing where it's going to go, and just puts the best play shot. Even though it's a bouncer, the defense isn't necessarily expecting that specific bounce. Not too much power on it, bouncing in, and Let's Get It got the second goal. Oh, there was some, Atomic couldn't touch the ball, so he touched the defender there to make sure that there wasn't a kickoff goal. Otherwise, Honduras could strike back very fast. But I mean, you talk about first killer again. I feel like he's a bit more speedy this game. Maybe he's just upset that Zohe played around him. But Chrome again comes up with a beautiful shot here.
I couldn't tell if he won a challenge. He did. Zohe was looking for the clear, and Chrome positioned himself perfectly. And one stat I wish I had, how many goals that Chrome has scored assisted by first killer or vice versa. Those two have been on point all series long, and they combined for yet another goal here. 3-0 the lead for Let's Get It, as they have exploded early on in game.
Oh, the bump.
What a bump from first killer. He's got the playmaker, and Atomic adds to the lead.
Man, you talk about he woke up. He must have woken up. I'm telling you, after that last game, when Zohe got the overtime goal by sailing the ball over first killer, completely disrespecting his position on defense, he had to have woken up then. Because this is, it's like we unleashed the beast. If this was like NFL Street, this is the game breaker. Because 4 goals in the first half of this game 5 make it. Well, it's the second half now. But Honduras finally get on the board here. Finally answering after just an onslaught of goals from Let's Get It.
All right, we can talk about first killer all we want, and he's got plenty of goals and assists, but Mist has been relatively quiet. And one thing you're always kind of told, it's the quiet ones you have to watch. If Mist starts getting going here, look out. This could still very much be a game. There's a lot of time left. Zohe try to take this himself. Not able to. So first killer will have it away. And does he have the reset? Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Now Zohe coming up empty there. It's only going to be Mist at the back. And he will just throw that off to the side. How confident is Mist feeling here? He'll take this himself, and first killer has the clear. Team on again. Denied by Atomic. One more ball. That's Zohe winning this. It has to be Mist coming on. That'll angle downward. Zol and Mist are there. Neither could decide who would take it. And when they finally did, it goes wide.
You're looking at Honduras and how well, just like how close they were playing to Let's Get Its box. They were trying to essentially smother them, trying to see if they could force a goal in. It was very close offense. All on the same side of the field, pushing up on that one. Mist, can he get past 2? Could not do it. Atomic, though, that's not the clear you want. And Zohe is going to take advantage of the small lapse in defense and takes a great shot.
Oh, what a setup by Mist, too. I mean, he really played the defense well. That's an even better stop defensively, but Zohe there to clean up. And there is still life for Honduras here. Down 2 now with 1:17. But they've got to withstand another threat from first killer, who almost dunked that through. Boy, that would have been a deflating goal near the end of game 5, but instead, Honduras will count their lucky stars for the moment. And now Timon has that ball away. Atomic to the backboard. He's done some of the work for Honduras, but then cleans up his own mess. Mist not able to stop Chrome from getting this downfield. First killer's there. Good night. Game 5 looks like it belongs to Let's Get It.
It definitely does. After that complete turnaround, you saw Atomic. Atomic knew that if that ball had gotten past him, he didn't control it, it was going to lead it to a goal. So he had to play it off of himself. And again, I talk about his air control. Very good air control. Plays it off of his own back wall. And then first killer and Chrome do what they do best. Set up a nice play towards each other downfield off the breakaway. And like you said, it looks like they may have sealed this game. Up by 3 goals with 30 seconds left. Honduras have made a strong effort to get back into this game, but it is not strong enough, as scoring 3 goals in 30 seconds seems way out of their reach.
Previously, Let's Get It had not won a game in the series where they allowed Honduras to score. Looks like they will break that streak here, as there's only 10 seconds left. Team on looking to center for Mist. And that's going to be set away by first killer. Who else? I mean, he's done a lot of everything else. Didn't have to make a save in this game, nor did Chrome, but they did plenty of damage on the offensive end. 5-2 the scoreline as we hit 0 and the ball touches down, and Let's Get It are now 5 minutes away from getting it here in the grand finals.
And yeah, it's been very impressive to see. Obviously, they just came out the gate blazing here in this game number 5, where, I mean, just back-to-back goals scored by that team. First killer popped off on offense. Chrome had some great goals himself. We talked about the dunk on Zolhe, and then we also talked about the kind of off-speed touch as he was in front of the Honduras box off the pass for first killer. Those two have been playing back and forth all well, and Atomic has been doing good as well, preventing goals as well as setting up his teammates to do their thing where they're comfortable. Let's get it. I mean, the speed from them and just you can call it finesse, you call it just the ability, just kind of game sense almost in general. It's just paid off for them extremely well as this team is looking good. Honduras, again, we talked about it. They put up a great fight, but they're going to have to do a lot more if they want to force a Game 7.
It is Timon looking for a pinch downfield. He didn't get all of it, but he could still center for Zolhe. He has, and a blistering drive smacks the post. Now missed. Oh, he jumped from the ceiling, so he had to get that flip a little sooner. And it will be sent away. Here comes Let's Get It, looking to start Game 6, a clinching opportunity off on the right foot. Now they got to play defense, and Atomic does in the direction of Zolhe. First killer, and Chrome barely missing on that pinch attempt. And it is back and forth very quickly as we start Game 6. What a save by Zolhe. Follow-up from first is going to be wide.
Great shot again from Atomic, able to come in on. But again, there's still obviously pressure here for Honduras into their own zone. You give Atomic that little bit amount of space, Stacks, and he'll still put a banger on the net. Again, Honduras have to be careful. Obviously, first minute gone by, no goals have been scored just yet, but they're still keeping the pace up.
One thing that is impossible not to admire as a save's made by Miss coming out from the net. Zolhe down the middle on the counterattack. What a goal there for Honduras. It's a 2-goal swing to start Game 6.
What a turnaround, too. I mean, you talk about miss. That save, I mean, he has Zolhe in front of him, and he has to basically fill in space by just guessing where that shot's going to go. Gets it right, and then the clear is so strong enough that it goes in front of Zolhe. I mean, I think Zolhe's 3 for 3 in terms of goals scored every time he has the ball on top of his hood, which is saying something about his ability. Either way, I mean, Honduras right now with the first goal here in game number 6, I mean, it's still possible for them to force a Game 7, Stacks. They really picked the right time to turn it up.
Well, they need to turn it up on the defensive end, and Timon does. That shot looked like it was drifting wide to begin with, but he had to make sure, and Timon does just that. Missed, coming up empty, and now Let's Get It. Looked like they were going to have a chance downfield, but Zolhe able to stop Atomic's effort. And Zolhe really has kind of been a killjoy for the Let's Get It squad. Every time they try to get downfield past him, he's up to the task, but he's in a terrible position here. Still makes the save. His third already in the first half of Game 6. And now Chrome denied by Mist. And it's another great defensive stand for Honduras.
Yeah, great defensive stand again. I mean, Zolhe, again, obviously he's still looking like the MVP for Honduras in this particular series. It was missed earlier, but Atomic says enough is enough. And he's able to equalize this one off of a big play. Look at the challenge for first killer, able to just completely be missed to the ball. And Atomic, his ability to read the ball, gets up first while Timon is stuck watching.
He hasn't done a whole lot on the offensive end, at least when it comes to goal participation. But Atomic's goals have been huge for Let's Get It so far in this grand final. Now Chrome for first killer. Those two have been working miracles on the offensive end together. Zolhe runs into his teammate Timon, and Chrome makes sure he pays the price for it.
Yeah, you can see Chrome slowly starts to creep up, especially after he sees the bump just full, all cylinders fired forward, and is able to just slap that one right into the net. We talked about it before the series even started. One small mistake. Let's Get It is the team to capitalize there, as they were just waiting for that one to happen.
And now Atomic just feathers one down, and Timon has to deal with the aftermath. This will waterfall down, and Mist has to almost run right through Zolhe to make sure that ball gets out. Zolhe out of the corner. Timon is there very quickly, but First Killer does enough. Mist, that's a good read, but he's knocked into next week by First Killer. Now Chrome. That will bounce right to Timon, and he will thank whatever deity he prayed to for that. But now he has to get back on the defensive end as Chrome off the backboard, sent away by Mist. Zolhe's got to get there, and he doesn't, and that leaves Honduras in a tricky spot. Minute 15 remains, perhaps, in this tournament, unless Honduras have an answer. It is Mist. And he got a second touch that kind of threw that ball away from Timon. First Killer is just content to play keep away, whether he goes towards the net or not at this point. Now Timon looking for Zolhe. That's a double commit that could be costly, but it is not, at least not yet. Angling downward, and nobody is there for Honduras as we get to the final minute.
Honduras they're in a tough spot. 40 seconds left. Only a certain amount of offensive chances left. This is a team that was already struggling to get consistent offensive challenges in the early parts of this series, and a break on defense, and Chrome might have just sealed away this tournament.
Yeah, who else but Chrome and First Killer combining for yet another goal, and this one comes with 31 seconds left. I mean, at some point you just run out of gas, right? You run out of just the ability to compete, and when you get caught watching, yeah, right? When you get caught watching these two in particular, I mean, it is fatal. Mist looking for Zolhe or Timon. He'll take either one. He'll take one of us helping if possible. Now Timon, he'll have a look. That's off the crossbar, and that was the Hail Mary effort for Honduras. They needed that to go in. The ball did not, and time has run out on Honduras. Let's get it. Take it in 6.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Take it. My cast is cursed, man. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. But honestly, though, just watching these teams play, and again, we kind of talked about it. We knew Honduras did not have the speed to compete with Let's Get It, right? We knew First Killer obviously can read the ball, knows where his opponents can place the ball, has the best guesses. We saw him make fantastic plays down pace, down the field. Chrome, obviously good field awareness. Give him the RLCS veteran, if you would like to say. So he has an idea, pace the game, how to play it in terms of resource side. I mean, there were so many off-ball bumps and boost steals that were going on in the behind the scenes that made Honduras, if they were slow going into it, they were even slower after all of that. And then Atomic just being able to put the ball in some good spots to where Chrome and First Killer were able to play it off. But man, you talk about Chrome and First Killer just in general, those two were just, it was like white on rice, Stacks. That's the best way I could put it. They were just almost as one there, and just super speedy, super agile, and they play well, and they got that win. I mean, look at Honduras, Zolhe, fantastic player, and he stepped up as much as he could, but it just wasn't enough. Let's Get It are going to take this bi-weekly tournament.
Yeah, you could also say they were like mustard on a hot dog. They just go together that well. And Chrome and First Killer. Hey, Atomic, it's not like he was chopped liver by any means in this grand final. He was exactly where he needed to be when he needed to be there, and his goals were huge, almost backbreaking against Honduras. It is a well-deserved effort, or well-deserved victory for Let's Get It, as they are your bi-weekly champions. The final tournament that will run in October, at least on weekends, because now we shift our attention towards Halloween night, and there is still time to sign up for the Fall Frenzy. It is the Nexus Gaming Renegade Cup November monthly qualifier, and again, a lot of points on the line. You type !Frenzy, you get all the information. You can also go to smash.gg /fall-frenzy to sign up your team. Again, you've got until basically late Tuesday night, I believe, is the absolute deadline to get your team in for what is, again, a grueling process. If you followed along with what Rival Esports and Rocket Baguette did with the with Project Phoenix and the Grand Prix for North America and Europe, you know it is a lot of Rocket League to be played. It spans the entire month of November, all through Wednesdays and Thursdays. And Dazran, I know it's great for us because we get to see even more teams like this playing at that high a level, competing for obviously a much, much bigger prize, part of the Renegade Cup.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I enjoy seeing the most. You know, this is a good spotlight for a lot of players, and it's going to be quite the tournament. Lots of competition, and I really just can't wait to see this thing kick off and get going.
And whether or not you sign up a team, again, you'd be playing Wednesdays and Thursdays. We'll be streaming every single day of the Fall Frenzy, come hell or high water, basically, at this point. So 2 days every week with some high-level Rocket League, all part of that Fall Frenzy, with, of course, the winner getting a spot in the February Renegade Cup Finals, and everybody else trying to collect as many points as part of the top 32 as humanly possible. Again, that is smash.gg/fall-frenzy. You can also type !frenzy in the chat to get all the information you need there. And of course, tune in Wednesday and Thursday nights all throughout the next 4 weeks, including my birthday on Thursday. Maybe I'll even stop by and ambush the stream. We'll find out.
Hey.
But yeah, I say it now so I can avoid any roasts at the end of the stream. So we will wrap things up here. Again, let's get it. Do get that bread, Dazarin. Any final thoughts as we sign off here?
Well, you know, Stacks, I just want to thank Nexus and Carrie Taz and you, because, you know, you guys are amazing people, and I always enjoy being here. So thank you guys for having me on. Let's get it, got that bread. I knew they'd be able to do it. Excited to see those teams. Excited to see the Fall Frenzy. Excited for you to become an older man than you already are. Excited to see all you guys land. That and the other thing. But again, big shout outs to Nexus Gaming, guys. If you love them, if you like them, follow them on Twitter, follow them, or not follow them, join their Discord, subscribe to them on Twitch. You know, any support helps. And again, guys, just thank you so much for having me.
Could not have said it any better myself. And you know what? We've talked enough. There is nothing more to say. Thank you for watching us. We'll see you Halloween night and all throughout the week for the Fall Frenzy. We will see you back here Wednesday night. Thank you for watching this Nexus Gaming Biweekly Tournament. Stay around as we host somebody and make their night even better than it was just a moment ago.
I was never cheating. You connected dots that weren't there. You gave attention to the thoughts I never wear. It's not my style, even though it's so clear to me. You shouldn't base the future on the past. I know you really want this thing to last. So though the questions keep on coming.